Does it get better? Has it gotten better? And then will it get better?
You're talking about Swiss social life?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Interesting. Speak for your country, bro.
So here we go. Painful to watch.
You turn into a banker,
and I'm
with a
glad
suit.
I got out. Like, shout out all my Swiss friends, but like, I love you guys, but like,
Steph escaped jail,
dude. I did. I'm sorry, but I did. If he sees something he doesn't like, he checks it out of it, like that kill, or something like this. And
Omaha.
Actually, Omaha. Yeah. But like, once again, like, so that's my thing that I always say is America is a representation of the Western Hemisphere. All of us, like, America is the best and the worst. It's the greatest and it's the worst. And it's all those extremes, America. But the Swiss society, the French society, all those Western Hemisphere societies, they kind of are like that already. It's just that everything in the U.S. is on steroids, whether it's the anxiety or the entertainment.
Hello, family and friends. Welcome to another Talks with Lemonade. This is available to the billions around the world on YouTube in 4K and audio streaming services like Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And now onto the podcast.
Dude, I'm excited. We get to meet Steph today. Steph is a dude that I know in Vegas here. And you're from Switzerland originally?
Yep. Switzerland. Yeah. Not Sweden. Switzerland.
Well, so if we have an American audience, we should specify Sweden is further up north near like Finland and north of Germany.
Yes.
Switzerland, is it the middle of Europe? Is that the right way to think of it?
Pretty much the middle of Western Europe. Yeah.
So you're near France and what countries border?
We're surrounded by France, Germany, Austria, and Italy.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you know anything about World War II history?
Yes, I do.
Is Switzerland was in the middle and stayed neutral and World War II happened all around?
Mm-hmm.
Is it true that now people in Switzerland all have to do some military service and everybody has guns?
Yes, it is. I'm not sure if that's the consequence of World War II and us being in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been around for like as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Well, because in America, I think most Americans have a very incomplete view of Europe and a lot of stereotypes and a lot of misunderstandings. So to know that every country is different.
Yeah.
So would you say Switzerland is very similar to the U.S.? Like we love guns, and we love trucks, and we love fried chicken?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
No, but everybody's got a gun over their mantle, right?
So everybody loves something. We just love different things.
Okay.
We love money. We love cheese. We love watches, to play with the stereotypes. So
yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Money, cheese, and watches. So we know Swiss watches. We know Swiss Army knives.
Yeah.
Is that thing over there, or is that like some crap that you sell to the U.S.?
The Swiss Army knives?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use it. We use it when we go camping and stuff. Like, Swiss people are actually very outdoorsy. Like,
okay.
Apparently, it's something I didn't really know before I moved here, but we love to hike.
Yeah.
We love to be in nature. And that's like something that people say about Swiss people.
Wait, what do you mean you didn't know that till you moved here?
I had no idea, because to me it was like, oh yeah, let's go to the park this Saturday and then let's camp on Sunday.
Oh, so it was just normal. You didn't know it was
yeah.
not. Okay. Yes.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How am I doing, Liem? I got excited.
That's fine. I was watching, like, I think his name is Tom Scott. He went to Switzerland, and there's a shooting range that shoots over. So you saw that?
Yes, I saw that.
Shoots over a freeway, and
Wait, so I'm not sure that's what you meant.
I didn't see that.
I don't know Tom Scott, you said?
I think it's Tom Scott. I might be screwing up the name. I'll put a link in the YouTube description.
Is he Swiss or American?
Please do.
I think he's European. I don't. He sounds
like a European name.
It sounds like if I had to guess his voice, I'm thinking he's
UK,
British. Yeah.
Oh,
was it? Because I saw something about us owning guns and going to the range and shooting like national 1st of August is our national day. And so we just gather around and go.
Like Switzerland Day.
Switzerland Day.
1st of August, let's go shoot shit.
Yeah, well, for like Swiss German people who live in farms and stuff like that, yeah.
Do you shoot up in the air or do you shoot?
No, like, I mean, we don't know. We don't go Taliban. Like, we just like we shoot like there's a competition and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So. It's very organized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's Swiss, so yes, it's organized.
Well, because I'm thinking like we do fireworks, so I'm thinking stupid.
We
shit.
have that too. Yeah.
Okay.
And we have a lot of people complaining that it costs a lot of money for nothing and stuff like that. Swiss people love to complain. That's one of the national hobby. But going back to the Tim Cross, what did we say? I don't remember.
I think
British
anyway,
Tom.
Yeah, some dude.
So that dude, I thought you were mentioning something about like what was it, Jimmy Kimmel or something like this? They made a what's it called, Saturday Night Live or something like this. They made they had a 2-part
late show thing,
documentary, like short documentary on the Swiss people owning guns, and nothing really tragic ever happens, even though.
Oh, I want to watch this.
It's pretty hilarious. It's pretty hilarious because you see this guy like walking, and you see our like, I think it was president at the time. We have like a federal council of like 7 people ruling the executive side of the country.
Sounds
of the
like
government.
Star Trek.
Yes, and
it's the future,
but like better.
Yeah,
because it's Swiss.
It's better clothes.
I'm just gonna put it out there every time I can. No, but so and so that guy, one of the 7s, was like under a tent drinking beer with like citizens, like just like cheers,
just hanging out,
and ha ha ha, and then some like 10-year-old kid with a assault rifle comes and like hangs around too. And
oh, this is in the Jimmy Kimmel skit.
I think so.
Okay,
but it's not even a skit. It's like it's reality. It's just
what really happened.
Yeah. That's how we do things. We're just like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, would you say that the Swiss society is somehow more responsible? Like you don't have all the crazy shit that we have here?
Well, like we talked earlier, I think there's just, I don't know, man. It's just like the U.S. is just more on every level, whether good or bad. It's just more.
Extreme in every way.
More.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
More.
Wait, so what was the thing you saw, Lem? They were a shooting range over a freeway?
Yeah, so it was the angle of the shooting range and the freeway below.
Yeah.
They're just saying how safe it is, because I mean, if you're gonna, there's a little bit of a border on this side, so that when you shoot the bullet, if you shoot too low, it's gonna hit the stop or whatever you call it, the border,
the dirt,
the barrier, and then the car's below. So it's really unlikely that you're gonna hit a car. But then he was
unlikely or impossible?
Nearly unlikely, super unlikely. They've through the what was it?
Impossible.
I think through the 40 years of running that, they've never had an incident.
Oh,
and then so he went into why the Swiss are so good with their guns and why there's less shootings. Why.
Wait, did the cars come by like clockwork?
Was that?
Is there a system of?
No. It shoots over.
It's a clock joke.
Clock joke.
Because the Swiss like watches.
Oh, okay.
There's a history of So in the olden days, it was very complicated to make a watch, right? You had all these tiny metal pieces, and you have them doing intricate mechanical things to keep time. So in the early days of whatever, making stuff.
Yeah, I remember that a long time ago.
Back when we were kids.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, I think when I was 22, so I'm 39 now, so 17 years ago, I wanted a certain Gucci watch, and I remember it had the Swiss logo on the back saying it was Swiss made. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if Gucci. I don't think Gucci sounds Italian.
It is.
So
it's an Italian brand, but I think they do have like a watchmaking part of their brand in Switzerland. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
But you want the Swiss street cred of.
Yeah. No, the Swiss logo on the back of that thing was massive. It like took up the whole back. Thought it was interesting that Gucci went that far to show their Swiss, the mechanical, the professionalism to build it. And
this is a legit watch, because what happens is, so I'm no expert, obviously, and no one should ever start a sentence like this and then say something else, but I will.
I'm not an expert on this.
I'm not an expert, but
okay.
No, what I heard and what I know from college, at least, is the Swiss-made thing with watches has become almost irrelevant at least to people who know watches. I exaggerate a bit, but it basically they only you can get the Swiss made stamp of approval when like 60% of your watch has been like, and it's not even created in its entirety, but it's like it has to be assembled in Switzerland, but then everything else can be like outsourced to the Great Republic of China.
Well, that's no different than Apple saying designed in California.
Yeah.
Why you got to bring Apple into this?
Because he quit Apple.
Oh, you called him out.
We knew.
For the audience, Steph walked in with an Apple Watch, not with a Swiss watch.
He's lying. I have nothing.
He's divested.
No,
Wait.
I did quit Apple.
Did you own any Swiss watches? Do you own any?
I don't. I'm a bad Swiss citizen on this part, and I've had friends actually shame me for it.
Like this is part of your national heritage. You should.
I guess.
Huh.
I don't know, but maybe that's why I'm here, right? If I was such a good Swiss citizen, I would have never left in the first place. But look at me.
Yeah.
I'm here in this living room in cozy Vegas.
You're out in the wild.
Yeah, I guess so.
How old were you when you left Switzerland? Or when?
It wasn't that long ago. It was in 2019. So I was. How old was I?
Well, you're 20 now, right?
I was 29. I was 29 years old. Yep.
Hey, you look good, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Good looking dude.
Is there any big differences that you think about in America and Switzerland, like government, people? You're saying in America everything is bigger, just everything is bigger, more.
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 Yeah.
What are some of the big things that you notice?
Big thing I noticed. Where's my? Let me pull out my list.
Yeah.
No, that's it's almost a trick question because I don't really know what to focus on here. It's just a different mentality, different way of approaching relationships. That's the part I like noticed the most.
Oh, you went straight to relationships.
I went straight there. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't think
We were talking like cheeseburgers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, yes.
Okay.
So let's start with this. Let's start slow. Yeah. Food definitely. We don't have as many options. Even grocery store and stuff like that. There's like opulence. Is that a word in English?
Yeah.
It is in French. I tried, succeeded. Nice. There's like so many options here, which is great, by the way. I love it. I went back to Switzerland this Christmas and I was disappointed. My wife's been complaining about it, and I was like, "Stop your nonsense!" Like, there's
complaining or noticing
both. She was just saying like, "Yeah, there's not what I need. You guys don't have this and that." And I was like, "What are you talking about? We do." But then I looked, and we don't. Especially when it comes to certain macros, because I've been starting to get interested into fitness and stuff like that. And like typically Greek yogurt, we have Greek yogurt in Switzerland, but it's like
it's literally Greek yogurt
on the sugary side.
Oh, I see.
And like I had no idea.
Dude, I was literally thinking like of the macaroni and cheese aisle. Like if you go to an American store,
does not exist in Switzerland.
No, but in the US, there's probably 30 different kinds of macaroni and cheese.
Right.
I mean, that's one example, but
yeah,
that's what popped into my head when you were talking about that.
We were talking about food.
Yeah, but you were thinking about macros in a different sense.
That's the big guy in you.
Yes. That's why I got to lose 20 pounds.
Me too. No, there's just like so many more here.
Yeah.
With food, with everything. You get it like at your door the next day. There was a I don't know if you guys saw the show by Ronnie Chang. Is that his name?
No.
Yeah. Like Asian comedian destroys America. I think that's what his show is called.
Is it a stand-up
it's
special?
Pretty funny. It's a stand-up on Netflix. He's pretty hilarious.
All right, I'm check out Ronnie.
Ends on a good note though. He doesn't completely destroy America, by the way.
He ends up with Asians are taking over?
No, so he goes there saying Asians should rule.
Yes.
Because there wouldn't be any mess. There wouldn't be anything like disorganized or like any, what's it called, strikes or anything. Like we would just get shit done. And I was like, that shit was hilarious to me because I was like, yeah, I mean,
maybe
Asian, Swiss, I guess we're kind of the same in that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not sure about that though. But yeah.
Jump to the relationships. What's different in America and Switzerland?
Oh yeah. What's it like dating a Swiss girl? We have no idea.
Oh man,
Is it easier?
We're thinking of like blonde ponytails and
Should all guys move
lederhosen.
there for the
You're-
Switzerland women?
you're thinking of the Swiss German type.
Yes. Wait, there's different kinds of Swiss. You said is
yeah.
Swiss German? Is there
yeah.
when you're close to Germany? There's a different kind of Swiss than the other side. Is
Yeah.
that okay?
We have Swiss German, Swiss French, and Swiss Italian.
Ah, okay.
And so each closer to Swiss Italian, close to Italy, Swiss German, close to Germany, Swiss French, close to France. We speak different languages.
So there's
We're all
cultural
Swiss.
influence from your neighbors.
Yes.
Is there?
And yet we each of us seem to hate our neighbor. Like Swiss French hate French. Swiss German hate Germans.
Yes,
Swiss Italian hate Italians.
because they're not Swiss.
But then you ask a Swiss German if he hates French, he's like, no, I don't mind them.
Because they're not right there annoying you.
Because they're not right there, and they're not like, because you feel like the little brother. Right? Apparently, it's this complex of like.
I see.
Yeah.
What? But the Swiss has is there a Swiss language, or
There,
No.
so there is. It's called Romanche, and it's a mix of the three.
pretty
much.
Okay.
But it's dying. It's a dying language that, like, not a whole lot of people speak. Still,
If you spoke English, then you could avoid all that mess.
yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Good.
Is that a thing or not? It's
Nah.
not happening. No, okay.
Well, you go to Zurich, you go to big cities, you have people speaking English for sure. But yeah, that's not.
I don't propose English because it's my first language. I propose it because it's, in fact, kind of the language of the world and the language of the internet at this point.
I agree.
And if it's the language of the internet, like it would be to your advantage, anybody's advantage, to not fight that.
100%. But then you got people saying that they like people wanting to protect the heritage, the tradition, right?
Yeah.
The words, the ancient words of their parents, their grandparents, whatever, which I also respect. Like, you know,
So when it comes to heritage and culture, I am all for appreciating it and preserving it. I think it is kind of weird to try to live in past ways. If you start doing things that are cultural because your grandparents who lived on a farm did it, then I'm all for modernization.
yeah,
Like, we get all these benefits from this modern, scientific, plentiful, awesome world. But to try to so what is culture? It's you have to label something culture when it doesn't quite make sense. Like, we all use cell phones, but that's not called culture.
no,
We just all use cell phones because it makes sense. But if you're gonna like dance in wooden shoes or something, then you have to explain, oh, well, it doesn't make sense. We do it because it's part of our heritage. Right.
It's kind of that story about the monkey. Like, they put monkey in a cage,
Yeah.
give them a ladder, but then they beat them to death when they were using the ladder.
Oh.
And so it's a story about how tradition are made and keep going over time. And yes, it's kind of
Wait, so then do they following
Boring.
monkeys?
what happens is then they introduce another monkey, and then the monkey sees the ladder and he's like, "Oh, cool, I'm gonna climb this thing," and then they beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then other monkeys sees this, and then all of a sudden, all they have to do is they introduce the monkey in the cage. The new monkey sees the ladder. Oh yeah, I'm gonna climb this shit. Other monkeys beat the shit out of him. They're like, no,
That's what's
no,
gonna happen. Yeah.
that's not what we do here. So not even humans, not even like, you know, and that's why also like, so it's completely like, I don't know if it's relevant to what you were saying, but it's just like a side note on like how traditions that seem somewhat stupid.
No, I want to hear about Swiss people beating up monkeys.
That's not what we do. That's not what we do. No, we just gather around fires in the forest and just like burn like bratwurst. Honestly, like in my like home state of Switzerland, it's like what we do. Like it's a tradition. And
It sounds like elves just living in the forest.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of singing?
We do sing when after we drink.
Wait, so which flavor of Swiss are you? Are you a big
Swiss French?
Swiss French? Okay.
Français. Said it with an accent.
that explains the sexy part.
No, but going back to the relationship to finally get an
Oh
answer
yeah, sorry.
on this.
I got excited about monkey ladder beatings.
Yes, well, me too. Me too. Like it's always interesting, you know. After watching Squid Game, no. Yeah, just relationship, I guess. And maybe I'm gonna ruffle some feathers here, but in the States, So like if I were to summarize, it would be like in Switzerland, it's very hard to make friends and stay there and be with them and be part of the group. Oh, I'm part of this group of friends.
Really? So if I move into
Yeah.
your city, it's hard to make new friends and get in the in group. Is it cliquish? Is that how you would
Especially in my city. It's a 35,000 people
Yeah.
city. Everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
Everybody has their crew. Everybody has their, she did this, he did that. Did you hear what happened to him? Did you hear, oh my God, she did this and that. How could she or whatever? Everybody like cheats
what if
on each other
I'm
and
what if
stuff
I'm
like
super
that,
charming and I show up at the pub and I'm
So
smiling?
you're gonna be exotic. You're gonna be the new face, the fresh face around
Yeah.
the block. You speak English,
Right.
but that doesn't phase Swiss people as
Yeah.
much as it does American people when you arrive and you speak French, for example.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I just want to make some friends.
I'm assuming, but yes. And for that, you would go to some bar called Le Cerf in Neuchâtel.
Okay.
It's an Irish pub. It's the only one
Doesn't
we
sound
got in
very
that
Irish.
city. Well, it's the stag, right?
Okay.
Le Cerf is the stag. It's like antlers and stuff. You
Okay.
know? You know what
No, I don't
stag
speak
is?
Irish.
No,
No.
okay. Anyway, Irish pub and like every like immigrant or not immigrant, but like
Yeah, foreign.
English speaking foreign like
Yeah.
expat goes there on Saturday nights and stuff like that. So that's how they meet because they all kind of speak English and stuff. But
Yeah.
and then there's a rugby team, obviously getting shit faced on Guinness, but like, always
course.
a fun activity. And it's a great place to be, but at the same time, it's still, I don't know. I remember me playing football, so American football.
Yeah.
There was a guy because we have a lot of pharmaceutical companies where I come from.
Ah.
We have
okay.
Johnson and Johnson. We have other stuff like I
Merck.
don't even remember the name. We don't have Merck.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just naming random.
And so there was this guy that just like moved to Switzerland, didn't know anybody. And when I think back on it, he was just trying to make friends with us and we would be like our crew, our clique, like we said. And so we would have him for parties sometimes, but it wasn't like automatic, like, hey, Chris, come with us, you know?
Yeah.
It was, if he asked, we would be like, yeah, sure, you can come.
Yeah.
But so in my head right now, I feel really bad because I'm like, maybe that dude never felt included. And that's,
Well, but I mean, was he a great guy or was he a nerd? Or
he was great, man.
Oh, okay.
He was just very short, but that's not, he was too short to play football.
Could be a running back.
He played cornerback.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
I mean that I don't think you should feel especially guilty. He doesn't have, he's not entitled to get to be in your club, right?
True. But still, that's a thing with Switzerland. It's like you have your crew, and it's like it's very judgy. It's very, especially in those small towns where everybody knows each other. So it's really hard this way. And yeah, go ahead.
Do you think by chance there's some type of root that caused that in the culture? The root of like a problem?
I've been trying to find the root of this issue, and like the only thing I can find once again is like the small.
It's just
community type of thing where like, yeah, everybody knows each other and it's like this circle of, I mean, sorry about that.
That's all right, fine.
There's a book actually called Sapiens, right?
Oh, I'm currently in the middle of that.
And that's awesome. So you're further along than me because I've never even opened the book. So
We have a lot to learn.
So look at me just spreading my non-existing knowledge, right? Just hearsay. No, but just like a friend of mine recommended it, and I'm going to read it eventually. It's just further down the list.
Is it all the things that are wrong with humans? Is that what the book is?
I would say it's a book that shows the evolution and cultural growth of humans, with the bad and the good in there. I guess it is trying to show more so what's the bad culturally for us to just kind of reflect on it now. There's another book called A Short History of Nearly Everything, and I think they're very similar to each other. If you end up liking Sapiens a lot, then I would highly suggest that one.
Okay.
That one goes even further, where it takes all of human time, but also back to the creation of our solar system to talk about atoms and stuff like that. So
We lost Emmett.
No, I'm trying to figure out where the monkeys fit in, because we have to have the invention of the ladder,
Right.
and then
Traditions.
time wise.
No, but that sounds great. Yeah. And I want to read this. It's just like to go back to Sapiens is, so, and going back to this root of why are people the way they are and stay in groups and stuff like that is because, and what the book said, apparently, according to my friend who recommended it, is that gossip and being judgmental was like ingrained in us as a survival skill to say, don't hang out with this dude because he's weak, or I'm trying to go out there and figure it out by myself.
Yeah.
I should read the book, obviously. Like,
I feel
books.
like there's a video documentary about 2 hours long, the warrior ape, I think. So they track, I think 100 bonobo monkeys, which are very similar to chimpanzees.
Are those the one with the red asses?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but
Baboons.
but they have a hierarchy system also, where the baddest male gets to be the alpha male. But it's also a very there's politics in it. So if that biggest male has just used physical force to get there, so he beat every male and just beat the shit out of every male to get there, they actually showed evidence where like the number 2, number 3, number 4 ganged up and beat the shit out of him and knocked him down to number 5. So then they chose amongst those 3, they chose whoever was the strongest, whatever they deemed, whatever monkey language, figuring his strategy or his physicality or how many women he's with. They chose out of the 3 who to be the alpha male. So it's really interesting to see. So I when I look at humans versus animals, I like to use the word animal instinct. I don't know if there's a scientific definition for this, but I think we humans, all of us, think we're so smart, and we try to think our society is so great. But then when you look at monkeys, I mean, these monkeys comparatively, they're not doing spaceships or building cars or anything. But
They're not doing a podcast right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they have the same culture of beating each other and having their cliques and pushing other people out. It's the same fucking thing that we see in our society.
Yeah,
and we think we're so smart, but I really don't think.
Well, so what would be
Planet of the Apes, man.
What would be the analogy? Like, I want to hang out with rich people.
The analogy. I would say that in that case,
do I hang out with the smartest people?
There is culture of a group, meaning that one strong male that wanted to just beat everybody up. Mm-hmm. That the 3 was stronger than his 1.
Yeah.
So I'd say the culture of.
So I need a small gang to make sure no one bully.
Yeah.
I think it's just like multiple factors coming together, and just for survival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we, like you said, we still think we're so smart, so brave, so interesting. We're not. We're just like, we're just trying to figure out. Everybody is trying to figure it out as they go. Everybody's fucking stupid.
Well, but
in my opinion, but
we're in a weird world where survival is not hard anymore, especially in America. Like, we're the only place on earth with overweight homeless people.
So it's yes. I don't know that. I didn't know that.
Trust me.
It definitely makes sense when I see the lines at the McDonald's and everything.
Yeah.
But
survival's not hard in the US.
It's not hard, like, I guess, like in the most tangible sense.
Yeah.
You got a roof over your head. You got a car.
Yeah.
You got your shitty job, your 9 to 5 that you hate.
Yeah.
But pays the bills. And you come home, you binge watch Netflix for like 5 hours. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're surviving. Awesome.
Yes.
You're surviving. First off, you're not living. You're not, if we want to go there, be a guru and be like,
not living my best life.
Whatever. But
you should see my Instagram.
So the difference, do it for the gram, man, please. And so these are tangible assets, like tangible things that, okay, yeah, we're surviving as a species.
Yeah.
But then the less tangible things is like how do I get along with other people? How do I fit in with a group? How, like, am I happy? Like, is my mental sanity, am I sane?
That's what we're
mentally
losing in
sane?
America. We're
Yes,
all
exactly. Why?
Yeah.
Because we're all getting, and I guess we're circled back to like the relationship thing and the differences, which I'm so proud of, by the way, because this was great.
What, that we're a multicultural gathering?
No, yeah. So this, but also that we get to like wrap this thing like.
Oh,
real
gotcha,
nice,
guys. Tie
you
it
know?
up, yeah.
And it's like, we're all trying to figure it out, especially in America. That's how it feels, at least. And just like, we're all trying to surviving instead of living. And not a whole lot of people seem to fit in a particular group. Like, I mean, in my hometown, so I've criticized my hometown for having these cliques, these groups that are impenetrable, right?
Yeah.
Impenetrable.
Yeah, you got it. Most Americans can't use that word, so you're ahead of the game.
Nice. Most Americans do penetrate.
Use a condom.
Unfortunately.
Use a condom.
Yes. Yeah. Charles Darwin would be happy about this. No, but like, so I've criticized this crew thing, but like most of the crews and groups in my hometown, they're quite large.
Are they happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a grand time, bro.
Yeah.
Like we get shit faced. We go like, we go out of the country. Like, okay, so like, Greta Thunberg, please, like, you know, like mute yourself right now.
Oh, yeah, Greta.
Or mute us, actually. I didn't mean to mute you. Like, don't cancel me.
We're calling out Greta Thunberg.
Don't cancel me. But like, we go out
Coming after you.
with like Southwest Airline of Europe, EasyJet, and we go out and get shit faced on a weekend in Warsaw in Poland, like, right?
Yeah.
50-cent beer and stuff like that. We have a grand time, and it's a very tightly knit group, either of girls or boys, whatever. You know, usually there's also a separation like that.
Weird.
In the States, I haven't found this, at least not.
We have
in
trouble
the
with
past
genders here.
2 hours. You guys have troubles. We are all starting to have troubles with gender. But
Catching up.
Yeah. Okay. We're all, you know. They just introduced actually a new pronoun, like officially. I mean, like,
So you can be neither male nor female if you want.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like he is il and she is elle. And so there's yell now, which is, it doesn't work in English, but like he, she, or like, you know,
Or it's like they.
it's a mix of two. It would be they in that case, but they would be yell, like, but plural.
Yell.
Anyway,
Yeah.
just sidetracked.
No, that's good. You're building international relations with Poland and pumping money into their beer economy.
Barcelona, Rome, Budapest, and Hungary.
For your group, was it like 50 people group, 100 people when you guys went out?
No, it's like it's anywhere between 8 or 12 people.
8 or 12.
So
It's like an offensive line.
And then,
just smaller, just smaller.
and then were you guys doing that like every weekend or once a month, or were you guys almost every day you guys are going out?
No, I mean,
Well,
it
you gotta
depends.
save up for your trip, right?
It depends.
Well, I was going to kind of lead into something.
So it depends when you're like, if you're a student, everybody's a student in the group. Okay, you're gonna go out on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, get shit faced, all of them, and just like survive on Sunday and then do it all over again. But yeah, and then if you have a job, you have money and stuff, you're gonna go out less. You're gonna start a family and everything, and it's just it's different phases of life. So it depends where you are and where your friends are.
My train of thought is gonna go that gamut where do you think it was when you're in your teens, and then if you have family and kids, and then did your grandfather have it the same too? As in, were they able to travel to Warsaw and drink a whole bunch, or if they didn't have the funds, were they at least able to spend time? Because when I think about America, I feel like these. I think I watched a short documentary. I think Strong Cities, where these cities in America are built for big roads. That's the whole thing, is about big roads. So if you start building homes and having zones, then your zones for industrial versus commercial, industrial versus residential, is going to cause people to drive very far, and that changes a whole lot of things. You don't walk to the store anymore; you have to drive to the store. That also causes walking to the pub. That doesn't happen. groups of people walk into a pub. That don't happen. So I was.
Are you saying he's gone so far off the deep end? He's flying to other countries to drink beer?
No.
Oh,
I was.
Because there's the distance to go to.
I mean, you could answer that. That'd be pretty interesting.
No, we're just bored probably in Switzerland. To answer that question, we're bored in Switzerland, so we go elsewhere. Switzerland is very expensive, so we go to Poland. We go to Eastern Europe. 50 cents beer.
So that would be like if we were in San Diego and we go down to Tijuana to a party.
Yeah.
We used to do that. Not
I get
anymore.
that.
It's too dangerous now.
No, it seems awesome, man.
Well, if you like danger, then
Well, we just talked about this. You love danger.
that's too much danger.
It is. That's the line. That's the line.
I've never had my head chopped off, and I'm trying to.
Well, yeah, no.
Trying
Okay,
to
that's
keep
too
it
much
there.
danger. That's too much danger. More.
Yes, more. Well, that's Mexico. You can't blame us for that. Yeah,
True,
maybe you can blame us for that.
No. So,
Where do you think it's changed generation or generation? Do you think the next generation will have it easier or rougher? So from drinking and hanging out with groups, does it get better? Has it gotten better? And then will it get better?
You're talking about Swiss social life?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Interesting. Speak for your country, bro.
so here we go.
He's not an expert,
Here
but
we go. Still revolving around this relationship thing. We have like tightly knit groups of people, of boys, like the boys, the girls, whatever.
Yeah.
This doesn't change too much, except for some when everybody starts having like an apartment, a girlfriend, a wife, kids.
Oh, we call that settling down.
And then a dog. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, I'm relating.
No, you're like when everybody starts settling down, they settle down hard in Switzerland, like hard.
okay.
And it is painful to watch. Bro.
You go from like drunken party
it
machine
is
to
painful to watch.
You turn into a banker.
And I'm
with a
glad
suit.
I got out. Like shout out all my Swiss friends, but like I love you guys, but like
Steph escaped jail.
dude, I did. I'm sorry, but I did. Before I left, I tried to like one last hooray, hey guys, I'm leaving. Like let's hang out a whole lot. Let's hang out a bunch.
Let's get crazy.
Problem is, most of my friends are my brother's friends. So they're 2 years older than me. So they started settling down before me. And I wasn't even settled down at the time. So I was still trying to party and stuff. And they were all like, no time, no energy, whatever. Anything is a good excuse to not move from your couch when you're in Switzerland. It's literally like, what's the word in English? The expression. It's like you go to work, like métro, boulot, dodo in French is like
Rat race?
Rat race, I guess, in some ways. Like you go to work, come home, eat some food while watching some TV, or you have to be respectable, so you eat before you watch TV. Then you watch TV,
so that's
then you go to bed.
But is that part of the culture, you eat and not watch TV while you eat?
No, yeah, that's not something we do too much in Switzerland.
Or you would never admit
maybe
it?
young people, or we would never admit it.
Oh, wow.
Oldest generation don't do it at all. Like it's taboo. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, they watch TV while they eat. Oh my God.
Savages.
Which I kind of get, because it's like you want it to be some kind of an enjoyable experience with the food you made
Yeah.
and with the people you eat it with.
Mm.
But what if the food you made, you didn't actually made, you just put it in a microwave and you're exhausted. So
Yeah.
So I also get the whole like, hey, let me order a pizza and then crouch on the couch and be like, let's watch Netflix.
Are you supposed to not watch TV even if you're eating by yourself?
This I don't know, man.
Okay.
But
Nobody would know on that.
I used to all the time. So I think you probably watch TV because you feel so alone that you're like, let me just like watch the news at least. Like, but
What's going on in Poland right now?
how much is beer now in Poland? Is it finally up from 50 to 52 cents?
There's a channel for that in Switzerland.
Unfortunately,
Monitors
not.
the
Just
beer.
like the beer prices, so we know. Like now we go. No, where was I?
Well, so
It's that like everybody settles down and you're just like you're left confused because you're like, man, we had this amazing time. And I feel so nostalgic about this. You can ask my wife. Every once in a while I'll tear up. I'm not even lying. I'll be like, man, this was such a great time, and it's gone. It's over. And I understand in life you have moments like that hey, like it's gone. But it hurts because, like I said, when I was leaving, I was like, hey, last hooray. Like, let me ask my friends, like, hey, just come hang out. Like, let's have a beer or something. Like, nothing.
I have a similar story. I'll try to make it.
It didn't come back for you. I would.
No, man. Like,
we're going to party hard with Steph.
They're just like, man, you don't know how it is.
It's hard.
I have a kid, man. It's over. And you're like, I'm like, wow. Okay.
I mean, that's not too different than America, right?
I'm gonna jump into a story that in 2009 or 10 when I was in Vietnam, and then also I was gonna jump into America, where I think it's very similar. I had cousins in 2010 who were just going through college in Vietnam, so I visited them in Vietnam. I spent 6 months there, and it was the most amazing time. We were out partying every day. Whenever they weren't at school, we were out at a coffee shop, at a tea shop. We were out going to beaches. We were just doing everything in Vietnam. It was the most fantastic time. Now, there's aspects as I think when I reflect on it, we're young and dumb, young, bold and dumb. The things, how late we would stay out going bowling or putting off studies, staying up late, and not thinking about the future, just spending the money that we had. When I went back 10 years later, everyone, everyone's older 10 years. So then
was it 10 years difference between your trips?
Eight.
That's great.
8 or 9.
Yeah. No, I believe you. It was just, didn't seem that long.
Yeah. So everyone's older. The uncle who ran the fruit shop, you could see it in him. His body's getting older within 10 years. It looked more than 10 years somehow. I don't know how to explain that. Just for the sake of the story, he looked more tired. And then anytime I ask the cousins, it's like, well, one's running a business, 2 of them's running a business. One is going through a divorce. I
think you underestimate the pressures of fruit life. It's a complicated world.
The banana is crashing down.
It's a lot of pineapple stuff.
So then my wife will ask me, so what was some of my favorite memories? And when you said you had a tear to your eye, I would think about your friends. In Vietnam for me was that time in 2010 it was just so much fucking fun. And then 2018, it just felt everyone was burdened by life, work, kids.
Life beat you down.
Yeah. And then this kind of the same connected in here for me in Vegas, not Vegas itself, but for me growing up and then people settling down, my friends settling down, it's less time to hang out. And then them with their children, their work, and even finding new friends. I try to find friends that don't have wives just because then it's a strategy to try to get more time and hang out. But even them,
Sorry, Steph, you're not a good candidate.
No. But so even finding people with wives or without wives or with kids, without kids, and just trying to almost, for a lack of better terms, I was trying to be a slut with my time and trying to find out who wants to spend time with me. And yet it was tough to find people in the mid-30s of my age range to hang out with. So I think also America, Vietnam, Switzerland, I guess there's similarities.
I mean, so don't we all just miss partying in our 20s? Is that?
I was going to say that too. It's kind of a...
I kind of want to go back to college.
It's an obvious thing probably. You're just like, man, it was so much better.
Is college free in Switzerland?
It's not free, but it basically is compared to here.
Okay, so very reasonable.
You're looking at like a good college. You're looking at, and debatable according to my wife, but for a fairly good college, you're looking at $500 a semester.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's not counting like the books that you have to buy and stuff like that.
No, I'm saying we'd spend more on that in pizza.
Yeah.
That's
no,
fantastic.
I heard.
That's basically free.
Like, yeah, she has a friend coming. I think he wanted to come he wanted to come here for his master's degree or something.
Yeah.
And it was basically, he was looking at 50 to 100K.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro,
stay there.
Like, just like fly to, no, because he's from California. And I was like, man, and he has a Swiss passport, I think. Or he had the opportunity too, because he's half Swiss.
Okay.
I was like, dude, you just like go to Switzerland, please, and just get the same level of education.
Yeah.
So debatable, once again, to each his own, but and just pay, like, you pay $2,000 your ticket, not even $2,000. I'm just like completely exaggerating. $2,000 your ticket, your master's is going to last like 4 semesters, is going to be another $2,000. Okay, you're going to have like housing and stuff like that and bills to pay, blah, 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 whatever. You get to live abroad.
Yeah.
Abroad,
yeah. Oh, you got it.
Abroad.
That's a different word.
Yeah. Yeah. I always get that's why I always get confused when I say this word. Anyway, and you get an experience that enriches your life, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was a miserable experience for my wife, but
your wife hated Switzerland?
She did that. She flew to Switzerland because she has family there. That's how we met.
Yeah.
And she to pursue like a master's degree in linguistics. So she did save a shit ton of money on her education. She did not save a shit ton of money on therapy and and like getting better.
What was so traumatic about
we should probably save that for when she gets on the podcast. We'll have to ask her.
Well, no, look, she met.
Yeah, you guys can go back to it.
She met the most American guy in Switzerland.
I can just summarize real quick. Well, she wasn't with the most American guy in Switzerland.
Okay. Not yet.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, basically what made it, and once again, we're kind of like going around in circles with relationships, is it was very hard for her to make friends because the groups are so closed and no, we already, who is she? And in my opinion, she was also threatening to a lot of Swiss girls because loud, vibrant, exotic, beautiful, smart, speaks English, French, Spanish, Farsi.
Yeah.
Very, to me, and she doesn't believe this, but I told her, I think like looking back on it, you were also intimidating to like the cool girls in Switzerland, you were intimidating to them. So that's why they didn't necessarily want to include you. So that's why you had to hang out with the weirdos and the misfits.
No, yeah.
Great
they don't want
weirdos
to let
and
you
misfits.
into the
Great
club,
weirdos and misfits, by the way. I just want to mention this. But like,
in case they're watching.
you know, just like,
we love you guys.
just so that's why she had such a hard time. Also, grocery stores close. Everything closes at 6.
She didn't get to hang out with the popular cheerleaders.
Yes. We once again we go back to sapiens and like survival, right? And like the intangibles, like how well am I perceived? How well am I received?
Yeah.
And like the stores close at 6 p.m. In the winter, it's very fucking cold. She's from California. She's like, what is this on the ground that's wet and white?
Wait,
and
what are you
supposed not semen?
No, what are you supposed to do all night if you can't go shopping and you can't watch TV?
Exactly. The country turns into a ghost country.
Okay.
Like my hometown, we call it ghost town on Sundays. And the whole country on Sundays, it's like,
so if
it's a ghost country.
If you want to take over Switzerland, attack at like 9 p.m.
You attack you attack anytime between 12 and 2. Because we're on a lunch break. Kind of like the Spanish.
Lunchtime?
But just because, it's not because we're lazy, it's because these are the times we work.
Yeah.
8 to 12, 2 to 6.
Yeah.
Even in the military.
That's an 8-hour day?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, and that's how it is, you know? There was a fun like news event. I think like some plane was hijacked in the skies over Switzerland, and the Swiss patrol, air patrol or whatever, wasn't available because it was lunch break.
It's lunchtime.
That's how neutral we are.
Yeah.
But like, no, let me finish my semi.
So are you saying Swiss society is very structured and orderly?
Oh yeah.
And
oh hell yeah. And maybe that too, you know, and like, because people, but once again, I'm saying too much because you guys are gonna have her on the podcast, but she'll be able to tell her this in her own words, which are going to be way better than mine. But it's cold, it's dark in the winter, 6 months of the year. It's foggy, it's gray. There's no blue sky and sun outside like it is right now. It's fucking cold outside, but at least we got blue sky in Vegas. None of that in Switzerland for like from October till March. And then so everybody's miserable. Everybody's like, it's cold. It was like, oh my god, I gotta put my scarf, and then you got the weirdos who are like, yes, no, and yeah, oh, they're still cool. Oh, it's cold, but it's good for nature, you know. Yeah. Yes, it's good for nature, obviously, but like, it's not good for me. Right. Like that's a very.
You'd rather be out playing football.
Well, we played football under, like you play football under any condition, right? So back in the day, I was young. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, hell yeah, let me tackle somebody.
Yeah, in the snow.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in the snow, because like it's better for defense, right? And like the offense, like it's trash in the snow. But and so yeah, that makes for a miserable experience. Everybody's miserable. Everybody's like, oh, I'm cold. Oh, I didn't get my vitamin D, so like my energy levels are very low. And for her, it was miserable because it was like, man, I got this vibrant energy. I need to express myself. I'm super positive, and everybody's like so down to earth.
Wait, so how did you rope in this most amazing exotic woman that strolled into your town?
Well, I guess I have no idea. You'll have to ask her. I'm grateful. Like, I don't know.
All right, so this is gonna be an amazing podcast when Goldie comes on.
Yeah.
I almost wore my Raiders hoodie today.
Raiders.
So for all our football fans, we want to know there's American football happening in Switzerland.
There is.
Were you a safety or what were you playing?
Yeah. So hometown, I was playing offense.
Okay.
As I grew older, and as I went on to play for Bern, the capital city, which is a higher level.
Big time.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I moved to defense and played safety slash linebacker in my older days as I was getting older and slower and fatter.
Like, welcome to American football.
Shout out Darius Willis, my coach in Bern.
Was it an American dude?
He was an American. I mean, he is an American dude living in Switzerland now. Went to a minicamp with the Jets.
Okay.
New York Jets in 2013, I think. Didn't make it. Didn't make the roster. But he played for Indiana. So he played all the big, like Ohio State, Michigan in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
He was a running back. He's a beast.
Nice.
He's a fucking beast. Yep.
Okay. I feel like I've steered this conversation. Are we in a happy place or?
Yeah, let's go. Well, let's talk more about football then.
All right.
Oh,
I like that.
So what's where are you at currently with football, and where do you?
He's 31.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. So man, do you even play it like as a hobby or
no? So I'm kind of looking actually to get into playing it as a hobby, but more like flag football, obviously, because I'm 31. Thank you for.
No, it's just in American football.
That's very old. Yeah.
There's a ticking time clock of injury.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where did you end kind of the football career or path?
Yeah.
Or when?
When did I end it?
When or where?
It was still in Switzerland. I always played in Switzerland. I started when I was 18. I played 5 years in the lower leagues, like that's League C. So it's like CBA. And 5 years, and then I was like, man, I'm not getting anywhere with my best friend. We were like, let's go try the A's, like A League in Bern, and we went there. And you do get like some guidance and some actual coaching from American people who are expats or whatever, and they just really enjoy the game and everything, and so they want to teach that. And you also get like American players coming like after college.
Right.
They don't necessarily have like a shot at the NFL or even the CFL or whatever arena football, and so they come overseas to Europe. Depending on their level, they're going to play in Germany or Austria or the UK, or now France has a good team. So those are big leagues.
Like, could you make a living? Would you make a salary, or what's the?
So these guys make probably, again, it depends on the level. In Germany, it's pretty good. I think they actually make a decent living.
Okay.
In Switzerland, the guys on our team would make, like, let's say you're a quarterback, you're pretty good. You would make, I don't want to say something stupid. I think you'd make like $4,000 a month.
No, would you be like an average person's wages, or a little bit better, or a little bit worse, or?
You'd be average worse.
Okay.
As a quarterback, you'd make like probably $4,000, but you don't have any other expense basically. So it's almost like pocket money, like, because like you live at another player's house or at the coach's house. Okay. It's not necessarily amazing, but whatever. You get your like public transportation ticket, you get your phone, you get your insurance, health insurance, everything's paid for you.
Is there free insurance in Switzerland?
No, it's not free.
Okay.
Hell no. I wish.
All right.
No, that's like Scandinavia. I think.
All right.
Yeah. But I mean, it's always this, like, do you want it to be, I mean, if we're going to go there, do you want it to be free or do you want to like have the liberty of choosing? But I mean,
I want there to be free basic services. And then if you want to pay more for the best heart surgeon in the US, then you can pay more for the best guy in the world.
I get that.
That's what I would want.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, let's not go there because I really don't know anything about it. And
Okay.
like, my mom would not be happy if I was talking trash about
Does she run a hospital or what?
health system in Switzerland. Because I always tell her we pay way too much as young people in Switzerland because, you know, nothing's going to happen to us basically.
Yeah.
And we pay so much.
You're prepaying for when you have heart problems later.
And that's always the same thing, right? The younger generation pays for the older generation, right?
Yeah, I'm
like
getting old now.
If I didn't give like $3,500 a year of my salary to the healthcare system, my grandpa wouldn't have been able to stay in the hospital for like 5 or 10 days or something like this, for example, you know?
Wow, $3,500 a year?
Yep.
Because I'm paying that now and I'm bitching about it. I pay $300 a month
I get that.
for not great insurance.
Yeah, so then and that's probably where it's different. The insurance in Switzerland is going to be pretty high level. The service is going to be pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. That's as far as I can go with my knowledge on
That's
insurance. But yeah, these guys with football, I think they have it pretty good. Like we have a bye week and they can go to Rome or Amsterdam or something like this, you know, to just travel through Europe.
They should charge a premium if you're playing football, right? Like, hey, you should pay a little extra because you're more likely to get injured.
Yeah, I guess they should, but
Football and motorcycles?
thankfully that's not how it goes.
They're not thinking about it?
No.
Don't tell them.
Because as Swiss guys, we pay to
Yeah.
play. And like that was something so foreign to Darius Willis. Once again, he came. I remember him being like, "You guys pay to play football. You guys are insane."
Wait,
like,
so you were paying to play football?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because I mean, you're contributing to the franchise or the club. It's called in Switzerland, for the bus rides, for the referees.
So did you have to have a job
Or the-
outside of the...
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, you're we're students, we're lumberjacks, we're marketing coordinators, we're whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we pay to play football. And to him that was, and probably to any other American who would come to Switzerland and play with us, it would be like, you guys are insane. Why would you play to risk your health? And like, he was like, I love football, but there's no way I'm paying to play football.
Yes.
Like, no, you pay me to put my buddy on the line. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, that's fair. But then they get a little bit more respect for us because they're like, wow, these guys must really love the sport, even though they suck.
We're operating on the assumption that European football is not as good as Americans at American football.
So let's put it this way: our team, League A, Bern,
The top of Switzerland.
we won the championship in 2016. Before that, and for the next, like, for 11 years, it's been this one team that had like a huge guy, like a rich guy put a lot of money in, so they had a lot of imports and
Club support.
Yeah,
Okay.
bunch of assholes if you ask me. But anyway, you know, money rules the world.
Yeah, rich guys are always assholes.
Cream and no, I love rich guys actually.
If you want to support our football team,
Yeah, it's just like, look it up. It's like Burn Grizzlies.
wait, those are the good guys or the bad guys?
Grizzlies that are good guys, man.
Okay.
It's like, it's my team.
Yes, I like it.
It's Burn. No, the other guys were the Broncos.
Okay.
Calanda, sponsored by a pretty big beer brand, Calanda. And on top of that, they had this guy, like the father of a player who was like a millionaire, and he was like, here's money.
Yeah.
And so they went and bought like Austrian players, French players,
Yeah.
German players, always with double nationality, so they didn't count as imports. They always counted as Swiss players.
Oh.
So they would have like 2 actual Swiss players on the field, and they would destroy everyone for 11 years.
Was there a rule against too many imports, or what was
they implemented it? You could only have 1 American, Japanese, Mexican, or
There's no Japanese American football players.
Japanese apparently are pretty good. Japanese,
Really?
Mexican, yeah, like the top. So it's like America, Canada, Japan, and Mexico.
I want to see a field full of Japanese dudes playing American football.
Yeah, I mean they would probably wreck your shit. But
No, I think I love Japan. I'm half Asian myself, and I have a lot of cultural background with Asian.
but it
interests.
doesn't really like.
I think I want to see this. I'm gonna go look this up.
So I was thinking about this. I'm a little confused. I'm like, yeah, why Japan? But apparently that's a thing.
Beasts.
Yeah, and so they implemented like you could only have one player from.
You only get one Godzilla.
Yeah, one Godzilla, and the rest had to be like Swiss or half of like double nationality or something like this. That kind of helped a little bit.
It seems helpful because in the U.S., all the pro teams you can just buy players from anywhere on Earth, right?
I get that, but it's a pro team.
Oh, so
Switzerland is still like semi-pro,
Gotcha.
right? Now in Germany and Austria, they're pro teams. France, most of the teams in France are pro teams,
Yeah.
but Switzerland, it's like it's
Hey, do you-
kindergarten.
Do you have a best moment when you were playing football? Was there a best tackle or anything? I'm imagining if I played in any kind of level like that, I would make a poster of that moment where I'm just breaking somebody or something.
So I wasn't. I was never a good tackler. Actually,
What were you doing on the field?
I was, especially. I did my part, but I wasn't like this huge like presence, like a Cam Chancellor or something. Like,
Okay.
I wish I was, but I wasn't. Why? Also, because I was too busy like drinking beers and stuff instead of working out, right?
You could have been gobbling dudes up on the field.
I could have been huge, man.
Yeah.
I could have been so much better than I was.
You should have been
So
drinking
much better.
steroids instead of drinking beer.
Not even steroids, man. Just looking at what you eat and how much you work out and realizing, bro, you can work out. You can keep going. Like, this is stupid. Stop eating your fucking pasta in front of Battlefield and just like go to the gym, man. But you're 24, 25 and you're like, hey, I'm already playing. Like I'm starting on this team.
Yeah.
I had practice yesterday. My body's all sore and shit. Like I had to tackle this guy. He was like 250 pounds or whatever.
Yeah.
Like what's it called? Like Oklahoma drill. Like, fuck this shit. I mean, fuck this shit. I loved it at sometimes, and sometimes I was awful at tackling, and other times I was on fire. I don't know why.
Okay.
Other times I was on fire. I was like destroying guys. Anyway, there's this one moment where semifinals against kind of a big team at the time. Basel and Kalanda were the two big teams, and Bern was kind of like the, we're trying to sneak in the conversation.
Yeah, underdog.
And yes. And so we're semifinals. We have a pretty good team. It's a pretty close game, but and they have a shot at the end, and I just make this interception down the left sideline. Yeah, just anticipated the throw. Now, if the dude throws it a little higher or harder, it's a busted coverage. And he scores a touchdown and they come back big. But I'm like, fuck it. I'm gone, man. He cocks his arm. I'm like, let's go. And I just jumped the route and he makes a bad throw. And I'm like, thank you.
Did you go to the house or did you?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
No, because I was never. So I played safety, but once again, I was never the fastest guy on
Too
the
much
field.
pasta.
Just too much pasta and shit. Too much what's the word, complacency or whatever. And
I would have a poster of that interception.
Well, but that's the thing. We don't have reporters and we don't have Fox.
Nobody with their cell phone.
We don't have Joe
anything.
Buck and Troy Aikman in the.
No, there's
thank
no
God,
record
by the way.
at all of this game. There's got
Not really. I mean, we have an injured player will take the cam recorder and go up the bleachers made of grass. Right?
Yeah.
It's like a grass bleacher.
Okay.
And just sit there, whether it's raining, snowing, cold, warm, windy, whatever it is. And he'll sit there for the entirety of the game and just shoot the plays play by play. And
because you got to watch the film afterwards.
And so,
right?
yeah, I did. But dude, it looks so bad on film.
Okay.
Because you look so slow. And I will say this: it's the quality of the camera, man. It's not me because we were all decent, and I look at the fast guys on the team. I'm like, man, you look slow as fuck, bro. What happened? I'm telling you, it's the camera. It's the camera. It like makes everything slower.
You gotta speed it up.
So then, dude, you look at the NFL, you're like, holy shit, bro.
Yes.
These guys are fast.
Wait, are you saying they have better cameras or faster motherfuckers?
Both.
Okay.
But if it's not the camera,
Okay.
oh man,
Yeah.
these guys are fast. But yeah, no, just I jumped the route, caught it, ran down the sideline. Everybody was like, yeah.
That's awesome.
I just saw a dude come in, like my outside linebacker, like picked up a block for me, and I was like, awesome, thank you. Just moved past him.
Yeah.
Another 5 yards, and then I see this guy coming. He's smaller than me. I'm like, let's go, bro.
Yeah.
And just lowered the shoulder and just like trucked him to the ground. But
Nice.
I fell too. I was like, fuck it. I'm not going out of bounds or whatever. I'm just like, I'm trucking the shit out of you. And that was a highlight for me.
Nice.
For sure. Didn't have many.
No,
My first game in League A, actually, I had 4 picks.
Wow.
4 picks. 2 called back for like fucking
bullshit holding or something.
No, defensive line. One of the D line was like encroaching. Like, bro, what are you doing? You're killing my stats.
Yeah. It's a killer game.
No, that was good. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Looking back, would you change anything that you did in that? Like, would you have given up the battlefield and the pasta? Looking back,
Yes, 100%.
Why don't you just dig into the regret here and
that's how I am. I always reflect on life and try.
I
to
like
think
it. I'm like that too, man. I'm like that too. It hurts, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic. You should try.
No, I don't.
Americans
I don't
don't
regret
try
any of my
enough.
pasta.
Americans don't do it enough. They don't reflect.
Americans want more.
Yeah.
They don't
I'm
want-
looking for my next opportunity to truck somebody.
and they want next. Hey, I get that. It's a glorious feeling.
Yeah. Well, so what's weird is I stepped onto a soccer field last Monday. A friend of mine invited me to go play. It was just pick up, for fun, intramural soccer.
Dude, let's go play you and I.
Well, wait for the story though. So I'm 44, which is a little bit old to be jumping on a soccer field, but luckily I played the whole game. Not because I wanted to, because they didn't have enough subs. So as much as I wanted to sub out, I subbed out and they had me back in like 30 seconds. And then the other team picked me up because they didn't have enough subs. Thank you. And then I think they saw how bad I sucked and they ended up sticking me in the goal so I could breathe.
Goalie.
Instead of running around the field. So I wasn't a good goalie either, but I played the whole 60 minutes. It was a great time, and I didn't get injured.
Nice.
Obviously tired and sore, but no, like I'm expecting to like snap my ankle and just come out of there bleeding and broken because it's been like 9 years since I've stepped on a soccer field. So it was super fun, exactly the kind of activity and exercise you want to get. Fantastic cardio because I go to the gym, but I'm not getting enough cardio. Awesome. And it's this magnificent field over near the airport. They got 2 giant indoor soccer fields. They got pickleball courts. And there was people in there there's probably 100 people doing active stuff. And you think, wow, this is fantastic. People exercising and having fun and playing sports. And I go, okay, cool. Let's do this again next week. And they're like, oh, well, they're closing the place soon. Amazon's buying the warehouse because it's in a big warehouse. And I'm like, bummer. I'm not anti-Amazon specifically. But I was like, this is the one thing you want to keep.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was like, damn it. And it was such a beautiful looking facility. Like it looks damn near brand new. It didn't look like a 30-year-old, rundown place, which is a lot of indoor soccer fields are just old. So.
Green, man.
Yeah.
Cash rules everything.
Yeah, but you still, so even just playing, there's a lot of moments where people blew right by me and scored on me and got past me, but there were a handful or a dozen moments where I made a great play, or I caught the ball as the goalie and threw it to the right guy, and like those things feel really great.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's growing up playing sports and then having a little bit of that, it just felt so fun.
It just brings out the kid in you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You just play, you forget about stupid mortgage.
But I think it's closer to what we want to do as humans. Like you want to be moving and doing, and it's that coordinating on the move and catching things and throwing things while you're moving. And it's kind of like a peak physical experience versus reviewing contracts on a giant computer screen
Wait, that's not fun?
I spent, so I'm good at it. I've got Excel spreadsheets. I've got, so I do all this stuff, but it's not what
Tell me more.
Yeah, it's not.
Please don't.
It's not what we're loving and wanting to do, right? Even if you're good at it, or even if it has some great results.
Yeah.
Like I put another condo into contract today. That's fantastic, right? Everybody should be stoked. But I think on a very human level, it's staring at contracts on a computer screen and writing emails. Oh, thanks for, let's open escrow, and it's all this technical stuff that's not like if I could be playing sports every day, that
hell yeah.
I should pay to be on a football team. That's what I should
Maybe
do.
you should.
Can I pay to be on a cheerleading team?
No, but we should all find a flag football team or a soccer team or something like this. Just to have some fun.
So
we talked about this already, right?
Yeah, when this buddy finds a new soccer field, I'll let you know, and we'll.
All right, let's just call Amazon. Maybe have like
hey guys.
corporate events. Like, hey, we're not part of Amazon, but like,
Yeah. Well, no, I think they're going to turn it into like a shipping warehouse.
Yeah,
I don't think they're buying it to.
No, of course.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah. No, but yeah, definitely looking back on it, I'm like, man. And I told my wife this. I told my best bud who I played with for the entirety of my career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish like we could have been so much better. I told him, bro, we could have been so much better.
Do you know Liem used to play a lot of basketball?
Nice.
You
I
wouldn't
used
guess.
to play like anywhere between 2 to 6 hours a day, 7 days a week.
That's awesome.
But I mean, that was like what, age 18, 19.
Do you remember a peak moment?
Point guard.
If you could have a poster of yourself.
Probably
him getting posterized.
There's probably two, and I think you happen to be there for both because we played a lot together. And I'll be a little bit racist.
And I was a great passer.
It was black guys that always talk shit on the court, and we do pickup games. I think one was at UCLA where Brian wasn't UCLA, USC, and then one was I want to say Mission Bay Park where the public courts there, but
Right by the beach.
Yeah. Both times. Probably the USD was the best one because there's 3 black guys, one guy talking shit. Almost all 3 of them talking shit. There's one really loud one, and they're like, "Oh, what's this short guy gonna do? What's this short guy gonna do?" But I was super fast. I was like the fastest thing. Nobody could catch me. Once I got 2 steps out, nobody could catch me.
Was it full court?
Yeah, full court.
Nice.
Yeah. I actually don't even remember if Emmett probably passed it to me. I don't remember that part of the story. So I would get the ball and I would just run up the court and lay it up. And sometimes I was so fast too. I didn't shoot. I was a driver. I drove to the center, and I don't care if it's a 6'2" guy, 6'8", I'll still try it. And it got to the point where those 3 black guys at USD, they're like, triple cover that little kid, triple cover him.
USC.
That was for me. That was it. I didn't say shit. I didn't have to say anything. Just let my skills or my speed show it off. And then they got to the point where triple coverage on a 5'2",
scoring too many points.
Yeah. After that, they shut me down because what can I do on 3 guys? But it was that moment for me. That was the golden moment.
You went full.
But it wasn't race related.
Yeah. No. I just I would say the racist thing is because whenever we went to the courts, it was mostly black guys talking shit to me.
Oh, so culturally,
but that's cultural. Yeah.
African Americans are more likely to trash talk you on the court.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. White man can jump.
I'm
talking for myself here. But.
Yeah. No, but I mean, in America, there's a cultural bias towards if you're a young black American, then there's definitely a big push towards basketball, and that's a much more prominent part of your life than other Americans in a strange way.
I get that.
Do you think in football in Switzerland, besides taking care of your health and not drinking and taking the game seriously, what other suggestions would you have? Somebody that's in Switzerland right now that's thinking about taking on football as a career, what would you suggest? The things that you've been through?
I'd say go to Bern. Go to even like the Broncos, like Calanda.
Take their money.
Don't take their money, but I mean their coach is a good coach. He's great. They have very good players. Go where the coaches and the players are. And I mean like the guys who know their shit.
But then you got to leave your crew of drinking buddies.
You do. And you got to be okay with it. Some stuff you got to leave behind, or you get to keep them but like, it's going to be moderate, more moderate hanging out.
Yeah.
Or you'll make like your new band of brothers is going to be the guys on the football team. It's like you just got to reflect and know what you want. But if you do want to be good at it, if you do want to see like the full potential of what you can achieve in the sports, you got to leave that hometown, that small time club where, yeah, maybe you're the shit, but you're not. Cause like you suck. Like, and we were decent with my best bud. We were decent in my hometown for like 5 years. But it's 5 years that are wasted. We didn't learn shit except maybe like the fundamentals of like what's a down, what happens at halftime, what's a kickoff, what's a punt return, what's that kind of stuff.
Are you saying don't be happy as a big fish in a small pond?
Yes.
Go find the bigger pond.
Yeah.
Deeper pond.
Go find a bigger, deeper pond with like, like what's the word? Like
sharks.
Big sharks and teachers, like the wise turtles. They're gonna teach you things, right? Just like
I have a different idea of Switzerland now.
Yeah. Well,
it's starting to look like a Disney movie.
Yeah. Pixar.
If you could write a story of where you think you could have gone, what would have it looked like? Meaning you would have gone to Bern, you would have been a top safety at Bern, or where do you think that would have gone if?
That's nice of you. I have no idea, bro. If we're talking only football here.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So if I want to like go back to the very beginning, I would have played hockey. Probably.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I didn't. Caught you off guard, right? My grandpa was like big on hockey, and he was like, you guys should play hockey. And we had no interest in playing hockey with my brother. We played soccer and volleyball for the longest time. And then at 18, I said, fuck it. I'm stopping both. I'm quitting both, and I'm playing American football because I saw a movie, Any Given Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Al Pacino.
Movie, right? Al Pacino, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid. Anyway,
that movie changed your life.
It did. It actually did.
That's weird.
In some ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I would have played hockey because also looking back on it, where's the most potential for revenue, for like fame,
to make a life out of it,
to be happy and to be like, yeah, I fucking made it, is hockey in Switzerland.
Dude, if you were an amazing hockey player, you could be on the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like watching hockey?
No.
Okay.
There's a reason why I didn't like go into hockey. It's like I don't give a fuck about hockey. I'm gonna be real. Like,
no, I'm with you. I grew up in San Diego.
Love football. I love football.
Yes.
Like you can ask once again. I've been saying this a lot, but you can ask my wife. She's like, I would like on Sundays. I watch football. I can watch football and be like interested in a stupid game that I don't care about any of the teams, but I'm like,
wait,
this is football.
Like
man.
The Cleveland Browns versus Jacksonville?
I'll watch the Browns against the Jaguars for sure. For sure. Also because there's maybe some money involved, some
maybe a little
fantasy football, maybe Nick Chubb on my team. He wasn't, but yeah, so I would have played hockey, but I love football. And well, I didn't know that at the time, of course, but now I'm happy with this decision. And with football, yeah, I would have gone to Bern straight away. Maybe the next city, which was in between my hometown and Bern, in terms of level of play. At least they had an American guy as a head coach who kind of knew what he was doing with play calling, with like, this is how we do things, this is why we do things. Because like my hometown, it was like, yo, let's just like run into each other. It's like it was.
Your coaches were mocking Americans.
Football from the 80s, man. Football from the 80s, like stupid. And it was 2010 now. Anyway,
wait, do you guys know about Tim Tebow over there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
He might find a job in Europe. He could be a coach.
He could, and keep preaching too. But, yeah.
Is he gone down the religious?
He has, no?
Is he? I don't know.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Pastor Tebow.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He just sucks at quarterback. But no. And I say this, he was a Heisman Trophy winner, but like, so, you know.
Well, apparently some guys can't transition from college to NFL.
Apparently they can't.
The pond is too big.
Yeah. But you gotta find out, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, the trick as a quarterback is throwing it to the right team.
Yes.
You get too many picks.
Also good mechanics.
Yeah.
And good IQ.
Also, if you're tall.
Well, I mean, he's tall, he's big, but he was a tight end playing quarterback, and in college that's fine, but in the NFL you're not gonna make it.
All right.
Logan Thomas is a tight end for the Washington football team.
The Washingtons, yeah.
The Washington football team.
Yeah.
And he was playing quarterback with Virginia Tech, and then he got drafted as a quarterback by the Cardinals. But he transitioned to tight end because like he wasn't going to make it as a quarterback. And now he's very successful, so there's nothing wrong with it. But anyway.
Dude, that team is almost WTF.
They are. Oh, no, they're not. Yeah, they're WFT. Yeah, right. But they're definitely WTF on the field. Past couple of weeks.
They still lost their identity.
Kind of.
When you guys were talking about relationships earlier, I thought we were going to talk about dating, not like
dating.
My buddies that I drink with.
Yeah, let's talk about dating.
Were you going to say something else? Were you going to go somewhere else?
I was just going to ask about football.
Oh,
it don't matter.
We can finish up football.
Things just got awkward.
But
let's
go OT on football.
Yeah, to finish on football is just, what was it? Like, just find the right place for you, like to grow. Actually,
steroids.
Don't waste your time. Get on steroids. Lose a testicle. Yeah, grow a mustache.
Go big to get big.
Yeah, go all in.
Wait, what's grow a mustache?
I don't know. I've been trying for years.
We're in search of manlyhood.
Yeah. What do you find kind of the most important for football? I'm going to throw a very general question. What do you think is the most important for football? Whether it be your physicality, the study of the strategies of the offensive line, defensive line. What do you watch when you're watching the Browns and Jaguars go at it?
Damn, that is hard. Because what am I watching? I guess I'm just letting the game. Like I'm watching the game, but I'm also trying to see the nuances of why they called this play, why they called that play, and what's happening with the motions before the play, before the ball gets snapped. A bunch of different things, and it makes it more interesting to me to simply be there and drink a beer and I just try to make something out of it more than just.
I think I forget what year when the last 2 years of Peyton Manning, the last three years. He
was also on the Broncos.
Yes. I feel like when I was watching him read right before the play, watching, is it zone? Is it man to man? I feel like when I don't know enough about football, but when I was watching him, I'm guessing those are the key things he was watching for, to see zone or man, and then he would know to pass to a certain person. Because if the play that they are planning on executing, if the route calls is a good throw for that zone play, if that makes sense, versus a handoff because he read the man to man or whatever, he knew it wouldn't be good for that play, so he would hand it off. That I felt like Peyton Manning when I was watching him. It felt like that guy fucking understood football. Do you, by any chance, think about quarterback? I don't know, any players like that are top of the game
in the league?
That? Sure, NFL.
They're all so smart about football. They all have such a high IQ. Like even the dumbest guy, the guy that looks the dumbest, sounds the dumbest, he knows a lot about football. You cannot make it in the NFL if you don't have a very high football IQ. You cannot make it. And it looks like a bunch of fat dudes and ripped dudes and big dudes bumping into each other and literally trying to kill each other. But these guys are very smart. Might not be book smart. They might not be smart, but they're football smart, like very high IQ.
I feel like I'm gonna challenge you on that. I feel the times I've watched the
When I hang out with Jerome Bettis,
I can't think of the example. I forget the player. There's a couple examples. I think it was an O-line player. And goddamn, he couldn't remember the play, whether to fucking move forward or move left. He just seen this one O-line player, and he was in the NFL. I don't remember the name. So
he's just standing there on the.
He always executed the wrong thing. Like the team's going to move left so that they could get the running back to the left, and then he'd go forward. He's not moving left. But that was probably happened to be one stupid player.
Yeah.
I guess
there's no way.
I guess I would probably
it's better that you don't call him out.
It doesn't matter.
He's gonna find you.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
He probably makes so much money he doesn't give a shit.
Have you ever seen an NFL players? These are gigantic human beings. They are just
he's flipping burgers at McDonald's.
Spent all his
If
money.
you're telling me he wasn't executing, like he's flipping burgers.
He didn't save his money.
Was there any NFL players that stick out in your mind, like that just were above? I felt like when I was watching Peyton Manning, to me, I was like, holy shit, this guy seems to be head and shoulders. In my opinion, I don't know football very well, but
He had a long neck.
A big forehead.
Yes.
That's Peyton's thing.
well, he also injured his neck the last 3 or 4 years. He had to get that
Fit all that
surgery.
brain in there.
Too much forehead.
Wait, how come you hate Tom Brady?
Too heavy.
I did not. I happen to not watch Tom Brady in the last few years. I'm guessing I might have the same feeling of Tom Brady
Yeah.
if I watched him.
No, these guys
Football
know.
boner.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now these guys know.
Oh, he knows where he's going.
These guys know everything about football. Everything. They know everything about the defense they're about to play. Brady, Rodgers, Peyton Manning back in the day. You listen to Tony Romo, ex-quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. He's on Fox or CBS or whatever. He calls the primetime games and he calls the play before it's snapped. He says, here it comes. It's a run to the left. Boom, it's a run to the left.
If I were to say, but Tony Romo's stats didn't seem to indicate that. So meaning it seemed like as an announcer, it sounds like he knows the plays, but when he played on the field and for the Cowboys, it seemed like his stats didn't indicate that.
I guess then it comes down to a bunch of different factors like physical limitations, the team surrounding you.
Yeah.
I mean,
luck.
Yeah.
Luck sometimes.
But for quarterbacks, especially if you don't have good protection, it's real hard.
Oh
be a
yeah,
good
Yeah.
yeah. I think that the Peyton Manning years, the last 3 years, their O line was fucking ridiculous. Like they would only an entire game, the D line would only touch him maybe twice. Literally only touch him. That's ridiculous to go. Like 0 sacks and only like 2 forced throws. It's
2 uncomfortable times.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So one thing about this, and to show the intricacy of football and how complicated it is also to realize how quick the ball is coming out of the quarterback's hand. Meaning, and how well the play is designed and how is it the right play at the right time or not. And that has to do with the head coach, with the offensive coordinator calling the plays, or the head coach, the quarterback checking the play at the line. If he sees something he doesn't like, he checks it out of it, like that kill, or something like this. And
Omaha.
Actually, Omaha. Yeah. and that might be even a phony call, by the way, like something that doesn't mean anything. And so it really depends on all of this. And it's not just like how well can the guys block up front or how good are the D lines. It's also like, is it the right play at the right time? Is it the right moment? Is it like, did I check what I had to check? Is the ball coming out of my hand fast enough? And that to guys who don't know football or guys or girls, they watch football and they're like, well, you suck, man. Nah. And there's so much more that goes into it. Maybe that guy's great, but you know.
Well, could you imagine being the 32nd best quarterback in the world right now?
I'd be filthy rich, bro.
Yeah, but
filthy,
everybody would think you're the worst quarterback in the NFL. They'd be like, this guy is terrible.
Baker Mayfield? No.
Yeah, you would be the 32nd best in the world.
Yeah.
And everybody hates you.
But everybody's like, well, everybody, like Americans.
Yeah.
It's like
everybody else is watching soccer.
A whole lot of people don't know who the fuck you are. Let's just remember that.
Yes.
But no,
In
yeah,
American context,
that would suck. Yeah, because people, once again, that's something that's happened more and more is people don't know how to put things into perspective and say, well, this guy's still pretty good. Like, yeah.
One random thought I have with football is it feels like the offensive coordinator choosing, whether it be the quarterback with the head coach with the offensive coordinator who chooses to play at that moment, it almost feels like a coin toss sometimes. Now, granted, if you're able to think about the factors, like is the D line, is there safety? Does it seem like he's running with a limp? Does the D line
safety look like he ate too much pasta this weekend?
yeah.
We went to this Irish pub back in the,
I saw him at the pub.
Yeah. Or notice that your matchup, your second wide receiver is 6'6", and then that the person covering him happens to be 5'8". So
is it man to man? Is it zone?
Yeah.
Is it
But it feels like the more I watched football, it started to feel like, God damn, it's this coin flip on some of those calling those plays. That's from, I guess, the little that I know. Is there any perspective you have on that?
So yeah, I'm I can't talk for these guys obviously, and I've been talking for these guys.
What is Bill Belichick thinking?
Billy, my good pal Billy. No, the coach has like ultimate power and decision making, the head coach, and then it's like, okay, do I call the plays or do I have better things to do? Is my time would my time be invested in a better way? And then my offensive coordinator is going to call the plays. And then it's not a toss-up. It's just like, I guess it depends whether, like, how experienced you are as a quarterback, like your name, right? A Tom Brady is going to have more leeway.
He is the offensive coordinator.
Than a Justin Fields, right? Yeah. It really depends on this too. But I think they still have to follow some kind of script. Of course, they're not going to get benched, but it's still like maybe they don't see something. Maybe like that. That's why maybe like they throw tablets on benches and stuff when they're upset at an interception because they're like, I would have called a better play. Or whatever. We've seen like memes of Aaron Rodgers like looking at the sideline. The coordinator calls something, and he's like, "That's a fucking stupid call." But and then did he go through with it or not? I don't remember. I don't recall. But just
Well, I think football is this high-speed chess game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where you get on the field and the other team shows you what they're going to do by their formation.
Yeah.
And then you know what they're good at, and you've been watching their film all week, and sometimes they fake that, and you know that this coach tends to take a gamble when it's later in the game. So it becomes this weird, always trying to trick the other team and guess what they're thinking. And I would imagine this is huge.
I think I forget which season it was. I think 6 seasons ago, Baltimore Ravens, their whole defensive line or defensive team was fucking amazing. Like, and when they played against Peyton Manning, that was awesome. They would show zone in the like split second, switch to man and switch back to zone. And Peyton Manning's like, what the fuck do I do? What do I do? And that was one of the few games that I believe he lost that season. I forget. I think they lost 2 games that season, and that was one of the games. And when I was watching that, it was just fucking ridiculous. Like, imagine the defense. I don't know how they're
like you got to disguise things. Yeah.
How do they talk to each other? How are they motioning to each other that, hey, we got to switch the man, switch the zone, switch the man? Or maybe they did that before they walked on the field. They're like, hey, this is going to be man. We're going to keep on switching back and forth, but it's going to always end up to man.
So that happens. Everything we talked about with the offense, like, is it the right play at the right time? Do I need to check it when I go to the line or something? That happens on the defensive side too. The offense comes out of the huddle and it's like trips formation to the right. You know that you have to check the play that was called, that you have to change maybe formation. You have to change the coverage because it's trips, because you're on your own 20-yard line, because it's on the near side of the field, bunch of different things like that. And then you have to call, like, you have different relationships on the field, like the D-line and the linebackers, like it's in that box. What do they do? Is there a blitz or something happening? Does a D-line have to clear the way for an outside linebacker? Are they twisting? Are they crossing? And then as a safety, as a defensive back, you got to communicate like all the time to be on the same page. Like, I got this guy, we're in zone, whatever it is. Of course, you don't say cover two, but like you're going to call like blue, yellow, whatever it is, like black, and hit your helmet or like so people know. Yeah.
I feel like you're going to have a few listeners that love this football talk.
There's just going to be like,
Whatever.
And then a lot of people that are totally
zoned out.
changing the channel.
Watch
right
the other
now.
podcast. We got 80-something podcasts. Go watch something else. One last thought, then I'll close out on random thought.
Emmett has had enough. He's like,
No, I don't
"Fuck
mind, but I feel
this."
like for the internet, there's only certain people will listen to three dudes talk about football for an hour.
In your time, remember LT LaDainian Tomlinson?
Yes.
I think there was. I might be wrong. I remember them saying that not enough credit was given to the fullback at the time.
I say that a lot. Yeah.
Okay,
Lorenzo Neal.
He was a big fucking dude.
He was a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, and so much of the plays that LT was making was due to him. There was games where I think he went out on injury, and you didn't see the stats from LT.
Yeah, no, Neal would blow a hole for LT to run through. He was a huge man, and he would just knock over other dudes and blow a hole in the line so that LT could do his amazing runs. But later in LT's career, I think they traded away Lorenzo Neal, and then he was never as productive.
Yes.
And they had to go much more to him running out and catching short throws, much more like Sproles and much more like those faster, smaller running backs, because LT's not the biggest downhill running back, or he wasn't. He was also not a great broadcast personality because he was such a star. Everybody loved him, and he's so likable, but he wasn't a great talker.
No.
Like he'd get up there and smile and be nice.
Yeah, and just say like the most generic shit ever.
Yeah, like, oh yeah,
You're
I wouldn't
like,
run that play either. It's like, come on, talk, motherfucker. Yeah. So everybody loves LT. I love LT, but he was not he was no Tony Romo on the mic.
Tony's great. He makes jokes every once in a while too, so it makes it very enjoyable.
I actually like John Gruden a lot as an announcer. I find he would do that a lot as far as analyzing the plays.
Yeah.
I don't. So I wasn't watching the games. Back in Europe when John Gruden was an announcer. So
Yeah.
I wasn't watching them live.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So LT, amazing Charger running back.
Absolutely.
So he was in that weird time where it was transition from they were searching for a quarterback for a long time, and then Drew Brees came in, but they had just drafted Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
And Phillip Rivers was such a great draft pick, but Drew Brees like turned into an awesome player while he was filling in that year, and so they couldn't pay him both, and they had to go with the franchise Rivers.
Yeah.
So if you could go back in time, you'd probably pick something else, but.
I mean, yeah, Breeze got a Hall of Fame career in New Orleans, but
Yeah.
Rivers was good.
New Orleans needed him more than we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's switch to the relationship.
The dating.
So in the U.S., I guess young people now will jump on a dating app, go hook up with somebody and be pissed off about it and complain that everybody sucks and nobody knows how to date and life is miserable. I think we've hit some dysfunctional place in the U.S. for dating. I don't know how people meet and have genuine relationships anymore.
Same with Switzerland, probably.
Is it a dating app world?
Yeah. We're all the same at the end.
All as humans?
Yeah. We're just like the easy path, right? You just get an app. You're on your hand on the ball sack, watching football on a Sunday, and just like
swiping.
Yeah, you're just on your phone, whatever.
So I would say from the American man's perspective, it's probably that, hey, look, we're just trying to get a date any way we can, right? I don't know any other way to get a date. If you got an app with 1,000 people on there and I got 1,000 chances to try to get one, then I'm going to swipe 1,000 times and maybe somebody will respond.
Yeah.
And then you go off of your options at that point, right? But for an American male these days, is there some other normal way to get a date? Can you literally meet? I mean, if you're the most attractive dude on earth, yeah, you can meet women anywhere. But for an average guy,
depends on your pond.
Your
the
pond?
Pond you're in.
Oh, what pond you're in?
Right.
So be the big fish in your pond.
Like if you're a good-looking dude in California, do you have the same value as a good-looking dude in Missouri?
You're better off in Missouri, right?
Probably.
You have to be white in Missouri, though.
Was your original thought on the whole
football player?
On the dating thing, as in how's dating different in Switzerland, or was that your original?
What's dating like in Switzerland? Is there something different about dating Swiss people? When Swiss people meet,
I'm not sure about on the dating side of things. On the meeting, yeah, probably different. Once again, small towns, everybody knows each other. It's kind of awkward sometimes. You're like, oh, I went out with her and her and her, and they both know each other. They all know each other, so that's kind of weird. Gossip about what you did and didn't do, but it doesn't matter because it's out there, and you're like, fuck.
Was there some embarrassing gossip about you?
There probably has been. I never paid too much attention to it. You know, like we all have trash being said about us, and we say trash to other people. There are lies. They're lying. I didn't do such a thing. No, but we got Tinder. We got the apps and stuff, and we got people complaining that, oh my God, I can't find love. What is this? Oh, he cheated on me. She cheated on me. Blah blah blah. I'm not sure it's that different. I didn't experience America as a single guy.
Right.
I arrived here. I was already
with somebody amazing.
Cooped up. Is that a thing? Being cooped up? No. Nestled up.
Ball and chain?
No. There's a nicer word for it. You already spoken for.
Ball and chain.
There we go. Spoken for. There we go. For the audience that I guess for both video and audio, the wife is on the other side of the camera. So what I just said, I don't know how
Goldie's giving us laser eyes.
Honey, I love you.
There's a kitchen back there with some knives if you want to.
Don't do it. I love you. No, but so I didn't experience America as a single guy, but I can see why it would be very difficult.
What do you think?
Actually, like the amount of suitors or the amount of available options out there is larger than in Switzerland, but that doesn't mean that it's better. It just means there's more, so it might be even more difficult.
The pond is bigger.
The pond is bigger, more fish in the sea, but is that better or not? It might be harder. Actually, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, man, it's probably fucking hard to find someone in the States. Let's say California or anywhere. And I'm confused as to how I would go about it. Maybe you have a grand time having fun. Winky winky.
They all sound miserable. They complain.
All of them.
Yeah.
Well, not on like Saturday night, right?
I wonder.
2 a.m.
I wonder if by chance my sample size is quite different. The way you're talking about it seems very negative, and I'm not trying to say it's just that it's not, I guess, but the friends that I have, there's the guys that are over 6'2" that seem to get dates very easily, and they seem to be having a lot of fucking fun now.
Yeah, Ricky's having a great time.
Here we go with the height thing again.
But then the other people that aren't as tall, but I feel like now I think that I don't know if it's the people you're talking about, are they above 30?
Well, we're talking about height. We're talking about dudes then, right? Tall dudes are going to get a lot more chicks than.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna bring it back to regular people that are under 6 foot.
So I run a meetup group for people in their 20s and 30s. So it's a lot of people that are late 20s and anywhere in their 30s. But they're all done with college and in that path of starting to settle down. And they're all dating. And it seems like they all have this idea that they want to find somebody great and settle down. And then they have this impossible list of criteria. And then everybody they meet cannot possibly meet this fantasy of who they think they're going to find. And
Sounds
then,
about right.
yeah, and a lot of times it's themselves. Like, you suck. Like, how are you going to find an awesome person if you suck? Like,
Shout out meetup group. Just graduated and moved to Vegas. Hosted by the most.
no, but it's like if I'm playing on Bern, Switzerland football team, I can't go knock on the door of the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? I'm not in that league, so I got to play in my league, right? Is that a realistic way to look at it? Of like, hey, are you awesome? Like, what are you expecting to find if you're not the most awesome person on earth?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
You know, we can all try to be attractive. We can all try to be the best we can be.
We should.
Yeah, but in some way,
Yeah.
you know, there is.
And then you find your limit. You find your pawn, right? Once again.
Right. So, I mean, there's things you can't control. You know, you can't choose to be born rich. You can't choose to be born 6'8", right? Those things help. But there are things you can be successful. You can be hardworking. You can be academically, have great achievements. You can do stuff. You can have interests in your life, or you can be a lazy, complaining person, right? Is
Lament on your...
I would just, for my subset of friends, it seemed like it worked out. One got married. She admitted that she wanted, she had a height requirement 6'4" in the beginning, but she ended up settling for a guy that was like 5'8", and she said that shit doesn't matter. Yeah, 6'4".
6'4"?
Yeah. She was kind of, I guess, crazy.
well, so that's what I'm mad about. Is you start off with these unreasonable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I
Bro,
agree. Yeah.
6'4" is a fetish.
No, this is
Come on,
this
man.
faulty American woman idea that I'm going to find a tall prince.
6'4" is a fetish, man.
I'm just saying that's what women are looking for. They want a tall.
I'm like 6 feet. Okay. Like
Reasonable?
You don't want him to be shorter than you when you wear heels. Even that's stupid, but still.
Yes.
6'4"? Come on, man.
I mean, statistically, you're getting into very unlikely guys, or very rare,
Also.
rare
But
heights.
then
Basketball players.
the other friend, I mean, he's still dating her now. It's been 8 months or something, and not really. He didn't really have any horror stories. He had one girl he met that was really hot, and he got attached. And then she wasn't into him. Like, she wasn't really digging him.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that hurt him. But then he found a different girl, and he's still with her, or he's with that new girl now for 8 months. So I think at least my subset of friends, it's been more positive than negative. But I think I hear, I guess I would say when I'm on Reddit.com and random posts that I'm looking at, I feel like I see what you're saying more.
Or is it that the rational people do find a good partner and then they just settle down and we don't hear from them anymore? Because people will drop out of my meetup group when they have met somebody special.
Really?
Yeah, I feel kind of butthurt. Like, hey,
Yeah. The betrayal.
forgot about Dre.
You were there during the hard times, and they left you during the good times.
Yeah, I don't mind that you found a partner. I just want you to keep helping us party and have happy hours and shit.
Just used you.
Yeah.
And like throw you away in the trash like an old Kleenex.
Plus, you're taking an attractive girl out of my group, which hurts my group.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I feel
I got mixed feelings about that.
butthurt is exactly the word.
It's okay, she's not listening. But like that's something I've been wondering about this group is like, so it's a great group, by the way.
Yes.
And thank you so much for organizing this, putting it together, however you want to call it, whatever it is you do. It's magic to me. It works. It's great because we've tried a couple of other meetups. It was a horrible experience. It wasn't. No, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't horrible, but it was just like.
Well, it's hard to meet
lame
friends,
as
right?
fuck.
Hard to meet fun people, and
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And like nothing but good things to say about this meetup group. So like, thank you so
my
much.
favorite guy. Thank you, Steph.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yes, it's not for dating, so that's the trick. It's just
for bromance.
Yes. bringing on lots of hot dudes, married or not.
Yes. No, but yeah. So I had no idea actually about this group. That I mean, actually, it makes sense. I just didn't know that it was a recurring thing that like people would just come in, hang out for a couple times. What happens? Like they just like meet someone, and then they date outside of the group, and then you never hear of them again?
There are a couple of couples that met in my group and dropped out and just.
And you, like, is that a point of pride, or is it
No,
like,
because
guys,
they became the couch potatoes they wanted to be. They stopped going hiking and they stopped. So what happened is whether consciously or not, were out looking for a mate, right? Looking for a partner. And they were willing to go do these things they didn't want to do to meet people. Right? So, I mean...
just so they could meet someone to be on the couch with.
Yeah, but isn't that what dudes are doing, right? Dudes are out doing everything they can to try to meet chicks. That's why we go to nightclubs, right? Would we go to nightclubs if there weren't any women there?
Hell no, bro. Fucking nightclub.
Would women go to nightclubs if there weren't any men to tease and not have all of this?
This I don't know.
Right? They say they just want to dance, but
Free booze.
yeah, you could dance in a aerobics class, but they don't go there.
Zumba.
So there's something about that sexual attraction and that possibility.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's also a human trait, meaning
Very human, yeah.
as in not just a meetup group thing. So I have, you guys probably have it too. You have certain friends that once they meet a girl, then all of a sudden you kind of lose touch with that person for 6 months, a year, 2 years. And then maybe they had something bad happen, they'll come back, or if they kind of settle in that relationship to whatever amount of settling where they got free time now that they can hang out with you, then all of a sudden you see them again.
Are you talking about Oscar?
No, he's been married for a very long time.
Okay.
An old dossier coming up.
So I think it's just a human trait, whether it be the meetup group, unfortunately, meetup group, or humans or friends that just meet somebody and then disappear for a while. It kind of sucks.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that sucks. I used to be very angry at this, actually, in my early 20s, and then I became that guy.
You get angry at people settling down?
With my ex-girlfriend. Yeah. No, I was like, dude, you can't do anything with us without bringing your girlfriend. And then I would do the same shit because she would put me on this guilt trip if I didn't bring her along, or if I didn't give her updates of what I was doing and where I was all the time. Such a toxic relationship, bro. If you're listening to this,
This bitch.
I blame you for wasting 2 very good years of my life.
Was it toxic, or do you think it was insecure? Because a lot of times I think it's insecurity.
The toxicity is what you see. What's behind is insecurity.
Okay.
Communicated as jealousy, communicated as guilt, communicated as no boundaries, you know. And then it's my bad too, because as a man, I should be like, no, you know what? This is important to me, and you don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to prove it to you. But this is important to me. I need to hang out with my guys.
Yeah. Watch me not sleep with anybody else.
Yeah.
We're just going to drink beer.
Yeah. Like, you know,
and talk about football.
And that's literally all I wanted to do, man. I didn't think about cheating. I just thought about having a good time with my buddies. Like,
yeah, I think that's
no homo.
I think I would change.
Thanks for adding it.
I had to say it.
Jumping to the toxic relationship, I may word that into as long as it's sustainable on both sides. So meaning whoever that ex-girlfriend, if she happened to find somebody else that wants that same exact desire for that attention, that much attention, what was toxic on you, but then it works for those two.
Yeah.
So I would say whatever is sustainable for two people.
I agree.
Because there's things that I do in my relationship, I'm pretty sure other people look on the outside and they're like, man, that guy spends too much time with his wife or whatever.
We're all judging each other on this for sure.
Yeah, totally.
See?
Yeah, dude. But no, we're all judging each other on this. It's just like, how much can you take, or how, like you said, what do you agree with? And as long as there's no resentment, because then resentment is a relationship killer.
Yeah.
Like over the long term, it's like the silent killer.
Is there domestic violence in Switzerland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Most definitely, but you just don't see it or hear about it. But there is everywhere. That's everywhere in the world, and like, yeah.
See, I'm thinking of Switzerland as like an advanced, fantastic nation.
We are.
we still fight each other at home.
We still suck on a lot of other things, like for sure.
Okay.
And
No, that's
that's
good.
one
You're
of
breaking the stereotypes. You're telling me Switzerland's a lot like America.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But like, once again, like, so that's my thing that I always say is America is a representation of the Western Hemisphere. All of us, like, America is the best and the worst. It's the greatest and it's the worst. And it's all those extremes, America.
Yeah.
Like, but the Swiss society, the French society, all those Western Hemisphere societies, they kind of are like that already. It's just that everything in the U.S. is on steroids. Whether it's the anxiety or the entertainment.
Yeah.
Or I don't have anything else. But
is there an
see what I'm
awesome?
saying?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. That is that is communicated very clearly. It makes sense. But you just made me think of this question when you said entertainment. Is there an amazing Swiss movie that Americans should watch?
No.
It's not a big movie making.
No.
Okay.
So I often think about that. If I have enough money, I want to spend 6 months or 2 years kind of checking out Northern Europe, kind of seeing the culture, the government, how the healthcare system, from your time, I guess, with what you see in Switzerland versus America, is there advice you would give me on doing that? Not doing
Switzerland's down in the middle. It's not northern.
But I
down by the dirty French.
Yeah.
would you advise me not to go to Switzerland because I'm seeking those things and go check out Norway,
Sweden,
yeah,
Finland, Scandinavia.
What's your thoughts on that?
So if you're looking for good healthcare and stuff like that, is that what you mean?
Let me. My selfish desires would be. I think I think about humans and morality so much. So I want to find a place, if possible, which I'm actually thinking it doesn't quite exist, but I want to find.
Do you have any utopias over there in Europe?
Utopias. So find me a utopia, but my utopia would be at least where people treat each other fairly, skin, height. If there's a way where skin and height somehow is not in the culture somehow. And then I think government has a big deal on that, as in what the government tells the people, how the education, how the tax money goes towards education. I think that affects that. I theorize it does.
Yeah.
So out of all that.
One thing is the Scandinavians are taller on average.
Well, if they don't judge short people, hopefully that'd be.
They're going to stand out.
Yeah. Even their bicycles are tall. You got to have long legs to get on their bicycles.
So from the little I know about Scandinavia, and I'm going to include Denmark in this because
Denmark's on blast.
Denmark, the Netherlands actually also, and Scandinavia all have, I think, great system for when it comes to education, when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to being inclusive. I'm not saying they do everything right. I'm not saying, people are going to be like, they're communist.
Yes.
And like, oh my God.
Bicycle riding motherfuckers.
But, yeah. But like, dude, I went to Copenhagen in Denmark. I went to Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's such great cities, like just so open, and yeah, you get to ride your bike and you have priority over cars. You have priority over, even in Amsterdam, I think you have priorities over anybody. If you're in a bike, you just want to shoot a pedestrian, you go ahead and do it. Like, I'm on my bike, bro. I do whatever the fuck I want.
Bike rights.
Honestly, I think that's how it is.
You chopped a guy's head off with an axe?
No, I use my bike. Willie. Yeah, those are great. Willie, was that the thing?
No, but I like it.
Those societies, I think, are great and do a great job. Switzerland, we're still stuck up on some things, race, religion, traditions. Yeah, that's what I have to say on this. I think, probably one of the greatest places to live on earth is probably Scandinavia or Denmark or Amsterdam, place like that. Now, it's not to say it's not cold in the winter. It's not to say it's not, people are too stern, too serious all the time. Like there's no, it's not very vibrant. It's not like light and chill. And it's like you got to do things still a certain way. You don't got to stand out too much. But like on healthcare and inclusive and education, yeah.
Is there
good destinations?
Are you a good snowboarder?
I was decent at it. I don't care too much for it. So
Okay.
yeah.
by any chance is those northern European countries, is it just that maybe they have so many Caucasians there that
Tall white motherfuckers.
that they may not it seems equal there? Is it possible they feel that it's equal there, but then when a foreigner comes in, they may not feel equal? Do you have any?
Dude, I went to Wyoming once, and their motto is the equality state, and it's equal because everybody there's fucking
They're all
Wyoming whiteys.
all white with the handlebar mustache.
Yes.
No.
Very nice place. I don't mean it against Wyoming. It was just funny. It's
would
easy
love
to be
to go
equal
there.
if everybody's literally
Same.
What would you say? Homogeneous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually poking holes in what I just said. They probably all look pretty much the same.
Wait, are there Asians up in Switzerland?
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah, Switzerland is pretty. We have a bunch of different cultures. My best friend is from Vietnamese descent.
No way.
Yeah, he doesn't speak a word of Vietnamese, unfortunately. But yeah.
He has genetic Vietnamese heritage.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but he's very tall and big. He played defensive end for Bern.
Oh. His name-
He's big. He's 6'5", 240.
No, he's not Vietnamese. Get out of here.
He is. Yeah. He's half Vietnamese. Yeah. I'm not
Half
even joking.
blue whale.
I'm not even joking. Yeah, half Vietnamese, half blue whale. But yeah, he's 6'4", 240, 250.
Is his name Dat Nguyen?
He's probably 300 pounds right now, if I'm being honest.
Too much pasta.
Too much baby.
Uh-oh.
No, but yeah, so we have Asian, we have a lot of Italian, Spanish people, French also now, and but they all the Balkans too.
Did you know any black dudes in Switzerland?
Yeah,
But-
I have a couple of black dudes.
So in Switzerland, does that have any impact at all on people's relationships?
It probably does.
In America, we have some issues. We struggle with that.
So I heard.
We struggle still today
So I heard.
to get over the skin color.
Yeah.
Where do you think the outlook for racism in America versus the future of racism in America versus the future of racism in Switzerland? Which one do you think looks
Because we're
brighter?
racism
the
on meth.
future of racism?
Where's
Dang. The future of racism.
I feel like America's slowly
Getting over it.
dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That is a sensitive topic. No,
Do you wish you were black?
no. And I might want to flag this, but we don't have to flag this. But if we're being completely honest, I'm a white male.
Yeah.
Like
Pretty tall, dude.
I'm a 6'1"
Yeah.
white male in the history of time. I could go anywhere. It's like that Louis C.K. skit, right, in his stand-up or something. I could go almost anywhere in time from now till 0
Yeah. Since
and
Jesus
have
was
a
born.
great time
Oh, yeah.
or have a decent time,
Yeah.
right? And it sucks to say, but it is what it is. So on the question, do I wish I was black? Not necessarily. Like,
You're saying you didn't choose your genes, but you realize there's an advantage in today's world?
oh yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
oh yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, it sucks, and I feel bad for saying it, but that's like a thing still to this day. And I guess I'm lucky. I don't know.
You should get a
like,
corporate job, man.
Yeah, probably.
You get promoted fast.
Yeah, it's like,
Just step right up the ladder.
like climb that ladder.
Monkeys can't stop you.
Monkeys won't stop me, man. I can do whatever I want. I'm a white male. No. But that too, just like on the male part of things, if we're gonna go there, like once again, that's also a thing. I'm a man, like
Different advantages.
from now to zero, like
No, but
I'm
you
good, man. I'm
but you will
chilling.
never make a lot of money on OnlyFans, though. That's a different opportunity that's not afforded
who's
to you.
who's to say, man? Watch me.
I'm saying the
Wait,
cards are stacked
are
against
they
you.
back on like porn,
I think so.
or are they?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That was just a little hiatus. Like
I'm assuming
we're not doing porn anymore. No, wait. We made a mistake. Let's do porn again.
I think that was pretty much it.
Right. Okay.
We should also stop doing porn on this podcast. I'm trying to make a controversial statement so that we have backlash, and outcry. Okay, back to porn.
Censorship.
So the racist, when I say the racist future, as I think America slowly,
Can you name the podcast "The Future of Racism"?
I think America's slowly dealing with. Do you see Switzerland as it's dealing with it? Is it behind the?
I honestly don't know. I can't really compare. I just know that in Switzerland we have voted on some horrific stuff that's just so ridiculous. We voted to
Just recently?
every once in a while we got like the very far right party that's like, I'm bored. Let me do let me
do
just
some racist shit.
Let's do some racist shit. Let me just start making a whole lot of noise about some stupid shit that doesn't even matter at the end of the day, but just because we want to save tradition and just because we want to say, hey, we matter, we are here. Yeah, you guys are here, you guys fuck your cousins and shit. Like, okay, cool, but like just do that and leave us be, you know? Or leave, like, let the immigrants and let people, hardworking people, like, let them be as they are. And
Wait, what are some of the things you're talking about being voted on?
It's like banning like minarets. Is that a thing? Like that like
Is that a style of
like
church?
tower?
Yeah.
It's the tower from a mosque where
So an Islamic looking.
yes.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden, like at some point, it became like priority number one for this political party, and like we voted on this and we banned them.
Oh, is there terrorist activity?
No,
Is there Islam? Oh,
no, there's not.
okay.
You know, there's
Fuck
always
you, Muslims.
there's always a threat. There's always a threat, like threat level midnight. If you're a fan of The Office, but like, no, there's always a threat. The risk zero doesn't exist, I think, but it just shows like, and there's been some talk, or there's been even votation on people wearing the veil,
Yeah.
right? No veil anymore, something like this.
Do you think the core of that is Swiss people saying, hey, we have a Swiss identity and we have a culture and a heritage, and we don't want that to change? If you start letting all of these cultural changes come in, we become a mixing pot.
Yeah.
And we lose our identity as the
That's
Swiss.
100% what it is. People scared of the unknown, people scared of losing their heritage, people not wanting to share. And the Swiss people is a great people, but we're also very stuck in tradition and heritage and what it means to be Swiss. It means certain things. It means this and that and nothing more. This is how we do things, blah, blah, blah.
Huh.
And
do you guys think we're approaching a time where that doesn't make sense? Or is it okay for a country to want to maintain their identity and heritage and culture? Or is the world modernizing to a point where you can't keep the rest of the world out?
yeah, of course. I think so. It's just like, you just got to accept that the world's evolving and you got to evolve with it.
Well, what if someplace like Japan or South Korea says, "Hey, I want to be, I want to be Japan, and we do things we like to eat this way, and we have our subways, and we enjoy, we don't want our alphabet to our letters and stuff to get washed away by English and the internet, and we want to maintain our identity." Is there something not good about that? I mean, I don't care for it because I'm all for progress and meeting people and all of us becoming, a worldwide full of brothers and sisters and all loving each other, right? And I think the more different you are, the harder it is to connect.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. But at the same time, you need to get to know each other and each other's differences to be better as a community and to live better together.
Yeah.
And that's something that's being more lost is me. What do I want? What do I feel? What do I, instead of just like listening.
Yeah.
I think as long as inclusionary is always accepted, inclusionary of non-hurtful things. So if I have a culture of dancing with wooden shoes, and as long as I'm allowing black people, white people,
That's us, man. That's us.
I don't even know which European country.
That's Switzerland.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
as long as I'm allowing black people, white people to join in on my wood shoes dancing thing, but also at the same time, I can't be holding back government from technology moving on. So it's just as long as I'm including and not excluding and not hurting. I think that's
big. That's big. Yeah. That's a good point.
I think any cultural thing should be able to exist as long as it those criteria. I think a very touchy subject. I'll flag my because I don't know where I'm going to go with this. The Sam Harris thing with Islam. I like that I like what he has to say. Where if that culture is saying, if that religion is saying no other religion can exist, we have to kill all. I don't understand the wording.
That is the jihadist problem.
So I think that is one example that's crossing the line of it's not inclusionary without excluding and respecting.
Yeah.
But
people are trying to kill you.
Yeah, you got to be very careful with like how you go about it, and of course you can't just say, "Well, it's progress." Like let's just all hang out with each other, and obviously, yeah. You got to not hurt each other. It's got to come from a good place. And yeah, for sure.
Wait, are you saying, hey, cool, if you want to be Muslim, whatever. But the minute you start planning my death,
yes,
I have to start worrying about what you're doing.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of like, yeah. And that's been a motto of mine for quite a while. It's like, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As long as it doesn't hurt people, as long as it doesn't, most importantly, hurt me. Right. You want to drink and drive? That's great. Go ahead. And if you want to kill yourself because you drank and you drove, that's fine by me. The problem with this is you might kill a grandma, you might kill a daughter, a father, a husband.
Can we cut out the clip of him just saying, "Go ahead and drink and drive"?
And you might yeah.
I'm glad you finished. I'm glad you finished that one.
Drink and drive, kids. No, but like, you see what I mean? Like, totally. Fuck it, man. And like, you want to smoke cigarette, you want to smoke joints like until you're fucking dumb. Like, go ahead, man. But just don't make me smell it.
Yeah.
Or yeah. Like,
so what if you say, I don't want to see these minarets? It hurts my eyes to see these non-Swiss minarets.
Well, there's
everywhere.
a thing called common sense that I think we should all have, and we all lost at some point during the way.
No, but you're saying there's this beautiful Swiss Alps. We have a style of architecture that we're used to. And
that's funny because that's also for Swiss people. There's also this thing about fighting for the environment, and then we tell them we're going to put like, what's the word?
Barbed wire.
No, like air...
the wind towers?
Wind towers.
Wind turbine.
Wind
power collectors.
Okay.
Windmills?
Windmills?
Yeah, sure.
Wind towers?
We know what you're talking about.
Electrical windmill turbine.
We're going to put this here, and they're like, no, we're not. Yeah. We love this little hill with those trees. We don't want it. And it's like, so how do we go about kind of changing the narrative and
yeah,
moving forward with the energy and environmental situation? No, I don't want your wind towers.
Well, yeah. I mean, in that case, is there somebody that owns the land that can, or can the government over?
No, because here's what happens in Switzerland.
Yeah.
The people get together, gather, I think it's like 50,000 signatures or something like this.
Yeah.
Boom, gets to a vote. Like for the entirety of like either the that state,
yeah,
or the entire country, depending on the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody gets to vote on it and say what they have to say.
So did they vote against the wind tower?
Most of the time they do. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
So I think as far as the internet tells me, SpaceX is working on incredible rockets down in Boca Chica, Texas, and it's in a swamp. And there has to be all this environmental review about what swamp animals are being impacted by these magnificent rockets of the future. So it's a strange thing to me because, yeah, I get it. We're not trying to kill off animals or whatever, right? We're not trying to kill all the algae in the swamp. What the fuck going on? But is there a more reasonable way to do a super rocket? Like, this is an incredible technological advancement for humankind. Like, the benefit for everybody would be incredible. And we got to worry about this kind of bird or this slug or this whatever. And I guess the crazy thing about that is that, okay, yeah, we're not trying to kill animals, but we're talking about whatever the area of this spaceport is. I don't know. Even if it's 20 square miles, there's got to be 1,000 square miles of other swamp around there. Like, go worry about the other swamp and let us proceed with the future. I feel like there's too much of that obstruction.
Yeah.
I feel like for certain things, it should be like, hey, we're going to put up a wind tower. Oh, you worried about the animals, or are you worried about the view? It looked nicer before. That's too bad.
Hey, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's just, but everything's a nuance, right? Everything has to be nuanced, and everything has to, it's like, where's the limit?
The limit is our world is getting too complicated, and everybody can issue a lawsuit. And
oh, yeah.
It's so much easier to throw garbage into the machine instead of helping the machine work better.
Yep. I agree with that. Yeah. I always say, everybody would be better off if we had like what my dad used to call good tyrants. Like not Hitler.
A benevolent dictator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously that doesn't exist because as a human being, you have this selfishness about you. You have this ego that feeds you, right?
Yeah.
And you just, the greatest human beings on earth were able to suppress that ego and say, it's not about me. But then you got people who were like, hell yeah, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
But like, if we could have someone say, look at everything and say, guys, I think this is the best option, and we're doing it.
Yeah.
At times, Elon Musk feels like that, as in if you go to Glassdoor and read the reviews of SpaceX employees, they talk about working with Elon Musk. They're like, this guy is a freaking hard hitting, straight shooting, get the job done, do it at all costs. If you have to work 70 hours a week, you're going to fucking do it. So they're talking about their boss, Elon Musk, being like that. So it seems like he's a good, I would say good tyrant in the sense of he's unfortunately working his employees to the bone, but they're building fucking rockets to get humans to Mars, which is fucking amazing. I think that's one of the best things that we have going for us in America.
But he's also working with them. And you can look at the other space programs. United Launch Alliance's Starliner program is fucking failing. The NASA's space launch system is fucking failing.
Yeah.
They're always behind schedule, over cost, billions of dollars. It's going to be 10 more years, more billions of dollars. Yeah. It's all taxpayer money going down the toilet for people who get, I work 30 hours a week. I work 4 10s. I got the Fridays off, and I got holidays. I got Martin Luther King Day off, and I got a pension, and so there's that great life collecting that money, but they're not getting anywhere. They're not getting into orbit.
Yeah. You got to start with your why.
Why the fuck are you collecting my tax dollars?
Start with why.
I'm gonna jump back and kind of answer my question that I asked you on Vietnam. So I asked you, is racism in America the future of it? Does it look better in America or does it look better in Vietnam? So
is the racist future better in Vietnam than America?
I don't. The answer is going to be no.
To the racism future.
We should have done the whole podcast on this.
I think the answer is no, but I'm going to explain it. And sorry, Vietnam, if you don't like my answer. This is just my experience, what I see, and what I'm just.
Sin Loi.
Sin Loi is sorry. So my conclusion is that Vietnam is not looking better for racism in the future than America. America's moving faster with racism in a more positive. It looks negative when you look at certain events, but I think it's more positive in the near future than Vietnam. So my thoughts on Vietnam, when I see how when there's a white person that comes to Vietnam, the Vietnamese community loves that because it's either that white person's bringing in money or it's a novelty. It's something new. They don't hear English very often because you live there. If you're born there and you live there, you're going to hear Vietnamese day in, day out. So you hear this English voice. You're like, what the fuck is that language? And then that comes with, they might have saw Spider-Man, the movie. So they recognize a couple words or something. They're like, oh, that guy speaks fluent English. I think, unfortunately, with that attached to it, what that does is it creates this
romantic fantasy of a foreigner.
Very well put. Very well put. So there's that where I think they have a romantic view of white people and English. Unfortunately, caused by economy, caused by.
Is that largely Hollywood? I mean, all the movies.
Pop culture. Yeah.
I think even the Vietnam War with Americans giving, I hear stories from my wife's aunts when they're talking about, well, yeah, the Spam that they gave back when they left, that was some good food in those cans because back then they were so poor.
Spam's delicious.
Even till this day, they talk about how good that canned food was. That's a powerful moment when white people are leaving canned food, and that's something you remember. I think, unfortunately, it's a memory. It drives it into the brain. When any family in America is sending back money, that causes I don't know of an unfair bias on, if you have American family sending back money, then you're gonna love America because it's giving you money.
Well, and then the predominant idea of America from Vietnam is a whitey place, right? Like if you're in Vietnam and you think about America or Europe, right? You're thinking, oh, white people, right? Yeah. I think that's a very basic way to think about it.
And then a lot of their TV shows that in Vietnam where they have a white person speaking Vietnamese, they like love that. And I understand, like, if I were to maybe dance in wooden shoes, maybe, I don't know if you would have any cultural memory and connection with that.
This is going to get you points in Switzerland.
Yeah. But to the Vietnamese, if they have a white person speaking Vietnamese, they fucking eat that up. They love it. You see it on TV shows, and to me, on maybe because I'm born, raised in America, and I have certain privileges where I just view that as corny. I want people to be equal. We shouldn't put people up on a pedestal just because they speak Vietnamese. So when I watch that, I also have a thought where I'm like, man, I wish you Vietnamese people would just do, like, create better technology and have a TV show on that, or do something that's culturally, not so much unique, but show good heart, good morality in a TV show, not someone speaking Vietnamese because they're white.
Yeah.
So I feel when I see that stuff. And then another easy one, I think, is statistically, there's less than 1% white people in Vietnam, I think.
Oh, they're all Vietnamese.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Where in America, we got...
No, they're black.
There's a couple of black dudes running around.
I think in America, it's 7% Asian. I think 15% black, and then 20% Mexican. Was that the breakdown?
That sounds about right. I think Hispanic or Hispanic in general. Maybe Mexican is
Hispanic.
Yeah,
Hispanic. So I think just those numbers.
I think those are bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about potentially 40% of the population is of a foreign.
Oh no, we're changing to non-white.
Yeah.
It's becoming rarer to be white in the U.S.
So I think simply on that statistic in Vietnam, I think less than 1%. I think it's.
Well, so are they just behind in timeline to not have that experience yet of globalizing?
But so that's interesting because that's my solution to this whole future of racism.
More minarets?
Huh?
More minarets?
No, more mixed babies, man.
Oh, mixed babies.
Oh, let's all let's all like.
Is this another secret compliment to your hot wife?
Oh, she's so hot. And she's going to make my babies so perfect. Thanks to her.
Wait,
she's Persian.
Okay, so I'm failing because I married a Vietnamese wife.
You're failing, bro. No, there's no failing or anything. It's just my solution as a benevolent tyrant is like, you guys, we're just going to like 50% of this country is going to go to there, and 50%, you know.
We all just need to play Twister and make babies.
Oh yeah.
I actually, I've actually kind of thought about that angle before, where I think that the future of mixed babies can help racism in America and in the world. About 2018, when I was talking to Emmett, and I think I kind of brought that up, and then I said something about. I think he asked me, well, why did you marry a Vietnamese woman? And I told him, well, I'm kind of fed up with dealing in America with certain white women and dating them. The subtle racist things that I've seen. I've dated 2 girls where I asked whether, I can't confirm that they just didn't want to be with me long term. But the question I asked with them is like, hey, where do you see a future with us?
Do they keep making you wear slave outfits?
They
Damn. You went there.
they actually didn't answer, and they're like, they didn't have a good reason. And I felt I don't have enough evidence to prove this, but I felt that they wanted to go with a white guy, and one of them went back.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Was it height? Was it
No,
white or height?
Oh, well, I don't think it was height because they dated me.
True.
So I think it was white. One of them, I think they were culturally, I don't want to say the race, culturally they tend to stay, she stays in her in their lineage or whatever, their culture. So they have to marry within their culture, their race.
Right.
And there'd be too much family pressure if she didn't?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think that was one.
Sorry, go ahead.
And like family pressure, and also like it's fucking hard, honestly. Like it's
Is your family giving you shit?
No, so it's not hard in the sense like of family pressure. There might be some family pressure. My family is a very loving family, and they're open-minded, and thank God for that.
Yeah.
But I've heard other stories of like my brother is married to a Vietnamese woman. They moved from Vietnam.
Yeah, hella Vietnamese up in Switzerland.
What's
going on here?
They moved to Belgium, and then she immigrated to Switzerland. I can't remember why. She married a Swiss guy, and apparently this guy and his family are kind of so on the race subject. Fucking sucks, because like it kind of like makes my whole theory and whole solution crumble, right? Because they had a mixed baby, and apparently that dude is still a fucking douchebag, an asshole.
Wait,
about her race, about her being Vietnamese, and his kid being half Vietnamese. And he's Swiss.
The guy himself, the husband and the father, is not.
The guy's a fucktard.
Oh, okay.
But and pardon my French or English, but
from a guy that speaks French,
and it kind of
best
puts
joke
a
of the whole
damper. It kind of puts a damper on my entire solution of like, let's all have mixed babies, but that's for family pressure. And then the other thing with my solution not necessarily being such a great solution, is that it's hard, simply not because of racism, but also because of cultural differences, because of like, grandma does things this way because she's Persian. My mom does things this way because she's Swiss. And then you have to adjust to so many different things. And it's hard. It's just hard. Like, I like to be on the light side. Like, I haven't eaten so much rice as I have in the past 2 years. Persian eat that rice, man. And they love that shit. And I've learned to love it too, but to me it was, it was an adjustment. I was like, holy shit! I am just like, that's rice.
What kind of rice are Persian people? Is it like saffron rice or something?
Yeah, they have a whole lot of different rices. Like they mix it with lentils, they mix it with saffron, they mix it with sour berries. It's very delicious.
Getting jiggy with it.
It's very good. It's very good.
Sour berries.
Oh, that's the best, man. Oh yeah. Well, you can ask my wife all about it. And you should.
You're just trying to unload your rice on me.
Persian cuisine.
You're just trying to export some of this rice from your diet.
Maybe. No, because that's like, and that's the lighter side of things. But that's a typical example of like how you need to adjust to certain things.
No. Rice is central to the Vietnamese culture.
Well, I mean, yes,
like
of course.
In Vietnamese, if you ask somebody if they've eaten lunch yet or have you eiten yet, you literally say
it's rice.
No, have you eaten rice? Like the literal translation.
Food is rice.
Yeah,
rice is food.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's cool. I love it.
I mean,
I get it.
it's interesting. Yeah.
I'll add in. I want to say sorry to Vietnam for the things that I
You
said
guys are
earlier.
betraying your countries.
I'm gonna actually say a good story. Dealing with my family over there. So my dad's side, half of the family still is there. I have a couple uncles, a couple.
Hey, if you tell them there's a white dude on the podcast, they'll watch this.
The token white male.
That family over
If you
there.
could speak Vietnamese, we'd have 1,000 views right now.
Nice.
That family there, when they deal with, like, if there's anything I'm, say I was planning for my wedding over there, there are certain traditions I should have followed, but they're very accommodating in the sense that my uncle was saying, well, he's American, so he's going to do certain things differently, which I thought that was beautiful in the sense of it almost felt better than in America. Let me explain it all. So there's times like that wedding where he wanted the tradition. He was supposed, it was a long thing. The family was supposed to come to my wife's house that morning before the wedding. They were supposed to bring gifts, have lunch, and then we were supposed to then walk to, I think, to her mom and dad's place with my dad. And it was just this whole thing where
There's a script.
yeah, the logistics, they had to drive 3 hours in the morning, close the fruit shop. And it was just, I was just like, I told my uncle, I was like, I don't want to do it. Just way too much. And he kind of got upset. But then on the phone, we had a phone conference with my wife's party, or my wife's family. And then the elder on that family said, oh, don't worry. He's American. We understand. We'll do it his way. So that was a beautiful thing for them to like hear me out. I didn't close up everything. I heard some of the things that they wanted. Like they wanted, I think something like, I think it was like 250 people at the wedding reception. I was like, bring it down to, it happened to be about 140. I chopped off certain people from the thing, and I felt like I compromised 140 out of 250. I was like, okay, I think that's pretty good. Now to flip it over here in America, I see less.
Dude, you should have put in there like, hey, I have to have strippers at my wedding. It's an American thing.
This is like, it's a me thing.
No, 3 strippers. We always do that.
I feel like I see less of Americans saying that on other cultures. Like that's just, I don't have any hard evidence to stories right now that come off at the top of my head for that. But I feel I see less Americans saying, oh, that's a Vietnamese tradition. Oh, let's do it their way.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So
Right.
that's something that I think is beautiful that I saw in 2018 in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, so America probably has the most practice at mixing in cultures, right? That's all we do. Even amongst,
Yeah, it's a big melting pot. But
yeah, even if you just go Caucasian only, it's a mix of Italian, Irish, you know, every kind of European Caucasian.
But do they mix though? Like we interact, we live together, but it's a lot still of like Persians here, Italian there, Polish here. You know, these communities, not ghettos, but communities of like, I went to a Persian wedding last summer. There was 120 people probably. 100 of them
Careful.
did not really speak English, bro.
Yes.
And that's totally fine. I don't give a fuck. It's just to say like all these dudes literally immigrated
Sure, yeah. Uh-huh.
to the US, at least half of them, because probably some of the family came from Iran and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying 100 out of 120, but probably I'm saying half of
Probably
them.
94.
Yeah. Something like 72.
Yeah, so I would agree. In the U.S., the first generation of immigrants, it is difficult for people to assimilate first generation. People tend to want to stick with people they know and people that are similar culture because they're
safety and comfort.
Yeah, and they're in a new world and it's hard, it's difficult. And if you don't make a special effort to learn English, you're really at a disadvantage because now you're operating in a world and you don't speak the main language. It's fucking tough. So they retreat to these communities and groupings and gatherings.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it's comforting to have your traditional celebrations, right? You go to the holiday thing and that's how we do it in our country, right? So that's great. But I think it usually takes a generation or two. By the time you get to the next generation, then you have those struggles of, oh my God, my son wants to get with this girl from a different culture. Like,
Yeah.
and you'll see that with cultures where the parents will want to try to restrict and keep within the culture.
Right.
And that's foolish if you ask me, because unless you're planning on going back, you might want to get with the program
It's
of where
like
you're living.
sooner or later, right?
Yeah.
and also like for them, it's also like this thing about I'm not American, I'm not Vietnamese, probably, right? So that sucks too. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I try to flip it, right? Like, what if I had to go to Vietnam? What if I had to go to Poland? What if I had to go to India? Right? If I show up in India one day and I go, I ain't going back home, I better get with the program here. I better learn, are they speaking Hindi here? Or are they speaking one of the other Indian languages?
Right.
I got to figure out what's going on and not become like them, but learn their ways and learn to maneuver in their world.
yeah,
So that
Absolutely.
so I can participate and engage. I don't want to forever be the outcast and forever be handicapped in my communication with everybody.
I agree. But once again, it's very hard. I think like,
Yeah.
once again, I speak from my perspective as a white male, like knowing English and just all I did was move to the States.
Yeah.
Where it's another white male culture.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy for me to say all these things and give my take. You guys have better takes than me on this for sure.
Are you really uncomfortable after 10 p.m. if you're out at a restaurant or something?
I'm just really uncomfortable right now because I really have to pee.
Pee break.
You want to take a pre-break?
Yes.
Yes. Right by the front, hang a right.
Thank you.
You could have said it earlier. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We were having a great conversation, so I was like, no.
Gonna mess up the flow. What is not straight insanity? How's our podcast going so far?
Honestly, like I know I would be entertained because you guys are great, but like I'm like super entertained.
What's that?
I'm super entertained.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I always worry that people are bored. Is my
No, you guys are gonna be great.
okay.
I mean, Steph talks a lot sometimes, so I'm sure you'll figure that out. But great, just great all around.
Nice. Well, now we have a lot of build up for your podcast.
I know. I'm like, can you just chill? Like, people are gonna expect to see like some supermodel speaking French and Chinese. I'm like, excuse me, don't build it up too much. Leave some room for a surprise.
I think you're a pretty engaging person.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
You can explain the rice to us.
Yeah.
What are you working on over there?
I've done so much here. I've been so productive. It's insane. Like, I can't tell you the amount of tasks I've gotten done.
Spreadsheets and contracts.
Exactly. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I have to do an invoice.
Nice.
God bless you. Yeah, this is great. And you guys are having fun, and so am I.
Got all the water out.
I had that beer from earlier. Is it okay? You guys want some prune?
I'm good.
That's what it's called, man.
Prune water.
Emmett, what's up?
No, thank you.
Prune life water.
What's going on with this thing, man?
Beige.
Okay, I won't. Is it okay if I bring you on stage?
Are you talking to Goldie or to the alcohol?
I didn't follow you there, so.
It's a Swiss thing. We talk to alcohol.
Okay, baby.
It's a person until we drink it.
Oh man, hey, I am reborn. Is it okay or not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. We're in the States,
Drink whatever you want.
Well, before on the old setup, I had the logo on the cloth, and I didn't want any colored things on the cloth.
Right.
But this one's a easily replaceable one, so now it doesn't.
Oh,
matter.
you're making me drink this plain ass water all this time?
We're back. Hey, I offered. Cheers.
No, if I drink a little bit, it just gives me a headache.
I get that.
If I drink a lot, then I feel good for a couple hours, and then I pay for it the next day. So I always have to decide, is it worth trading away tomorrow?
Wise man.
Sometimes the answer is emphatically yes, but it's not.
I can't wait. I that's all I got to say. I can't wait.
We're going to have a drinking party?
Oh, I cannot wait.
Do you want to do it here or at a bar?
Yeah, I'd be more comfortable at a bar.
Okay.
Really?
You know,
I
don't know what would happen here.
Too many sexy people.
Oh,
around.
I find drinking at a house easier
No.
because if I want to crash, then I just crash.
No, I was messing around. Like I really don't care as long as we're having a good time. Like
No, I didn't know if you wanted to fight some other dudes or something.
Nah,
This is the human thing
His
to do.
clique isn't here from Switzerland.
those days are over. No, I never fought
is our
anyone
new
in my
gang.
entire life. I have mom.
This is our new bar gang.
You wanted to hear the 10 p.m. thing?
Yes. What was that 10 p.m. joke about me? Like what?
Because everything in Switzerland closes at 6
Oh, yeah.
p.m.
Yeah.
Like, is it weird to be at an IHOP or something?
There's no high hop.
No, here in
IHOP.
Vegas.
Oh,
Vegas, you can do anything all the time, right?
true.
Like we can go
It's
eat
great.
right now at a bar.
It's insane. It's great.
Yeah.
A lot like yeah, no, it's a great thing. It's just like
Fucking fabulous.
it's fabulous. It took me a long time to realize and to accept because in some ways I was like, that's kind of fucked up, man. These people
Yeah, shouldn't you be raising your children at home?
Can they go sleep or something? Like, you know, I was like coming from Switzerland where it's very important to, so it is very boring, quiet and calm, but it's also like you can take care of yourself and even like companies and the government kind of help you take care of yourself because there are these rules and these stuff like no noise after 10 p.m., minimum of 20 days off a year paid by your company, stuff like that. And
Would you trade late night restaurants for 20 days off paid vacation?
I think so because I have more fun with like house parties. So if by chance, if I could throw a house party at 6 p.m. at home every day and have friends over
You have
every
to go
day.
to quiet mode at 10.
Well, how's that work out? Does everyone
Careful what you wish for.
do?
Because it is.
guys,
It
it's a
becomes a
whispering party
ghost
now.
country. Huh?
Do you think that's just kind of like a human trait? If that doesn't even, I don't know how that equates in my head. Like if the town closes at 6, I want to go do something. I don't care if the
Can't,
the
you're a
town.
hooligan.
But this is what happens. The people and how people interact and the country starts to like take you in and you start to feel part of it. So
Yeah.
you become like them because you see the comfort in the quietness, in the calm, in the let's stay home and watch a movie and then go to bed.
Yeah, you could knit
And
something.
And there's even something to be said in Switzerland about driving far. And by driving far, I mean, you tell me from my hometown, I'm going to go to another town where more things happen, many more things happen. And like there's more bars, more clubs.
You go into a
it's
bigger town.
livelier,
Yeah.
bigger town. It's 45 minutes away. I'm like, hell no, dude, I'm not going. Fuck you're talking about?
It's way over there.
Like, it's Friday. I'm tired. I just got off work. Let's go to the Irish pub.
Yeah.
And then guess what? I'm bored at the Irish pub. And I'm like, man, it's always the same. I was like that. I probably still would be if I was still living there. But now it doesn't faze me to drive 45 minutes to go and have a good time. 2 hours. 2 hours to like, even like with my wife, we've gone and seen family from California from here. So that's a 4-hour drive, right?
5.
Depends how fast you drive and how drunk you are.
We don't support we don't support drunk speeding through the desert.
It depends where you go to California. Let's say
yes,
this.
okay.
OC or the Valley.
Yeah, I could get to OC in 3.5 on
right? OC 3.5, 4.
On
right?
cocaine.
Thank you. On speed. Both
weed,
of
man.
them. Both of them. Get it? So, and we've done that. Sometimes we left, I think, Saturday morning. We came back here on Sunday night. So it was literally, we drove a total of 8 hours for, 16, 18 hours of like hanging out and seeing them. Bro, 6 hours in Switzerland, you could be in Marseille in France and have a great fucking time.
Very good wine.
But Marseille. It's more like pastis, right? Is that?
Sorry, I was sticking that in there.
But France does have very good wine. But you could go there, be by the Mediterranean, have great food, seafood, whatever, have a great time, and then come back and
Are you
crash
saying
on your couch and
are you
stuff.
saying
But
that-
there's no way a Swiss person is gonna do that ever. Are you kidding me? You want me to drive from my hometown to Marseille? That takes like let's say 5 hours. So it's a little more. You want me to do that spend Saturday there, have a great time at a club or whatever, sleep, and then have some brunch and have fun with friends and do it with friends. Of course, don't do it alone. And then
That's
come
depressing.
home. Oh my God, I don't want to drive this man. That's typical of Swiss people too. by the way.
Are you saying the distances are relative now? Or are you saying that you chose a life of adventure that is not typical for your culture?
That second one.
Okay.
Which I cannot repeat, but yeah.
I mean, your parents might be disappointed. You played fucking American football.
They-
you met some foreign ass girl who moved to Las Vegas of all places. That's the wildest shit in America.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Las Vegas isn't even normal America.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And they somewhat feel a little I guess
Where did your parents fuck up?
No, I guess, and I don't know where, man, and I don't know when, and I don't know what happened. I'm just like that, and I remember, like, I was 15. I was telling him I wanted to live in the States someday.
Yeah.
I don't
Where
know
do you get all
why.
these crazy ideas?
I don't know why. I just like pop culture, hip hop music, and like movies and stuff. And I was like,
was it that rap music that ruined you?
Maybe.
Who was your favorite rap artist when you were in your developmental years?
When I was in my developmental years, I listened to a lot of Dr. Dre, Eminem, and
See, minting new criminals,
yeah.
social outcasts, worldwide.
The Chronic by Dre.
Wait.
It's a classic.
So, are you a weed fan?
No.
So that didn't
I don't
translate
smoke
from
weed.
the. That's weird.
No, I would have been like, my dad would have killed me.
Well, you could now. It's totally legal here.
True.
I mean,
And I
you're
think
already off the Swiss boat.
If I wanted to, I would, but I don't want to. So.
Okay. Would these tattoos be acceptable in Switzerland, or would they be like, "What's the fuck's wrong with this guy"?
Yeah, no, they're seen as bad, as like, why?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of like, why would you do that, like, to your body?
Do you think there's something rebellious about you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's cocky to say it this way, but yeah. I mean, and we've had some friction over the past couple of weeks going back there for Christmas and stuff with my family, quitting Apple. With my wife's family, we've had some friction too, because my wife and I are kind of the same. Yeah, a little bit of rebellious spirit in us.
Sorry, I was laughing about your situation, but for you, you're actually grappling with this.
I'm not grappling with. I mean, we talked about it, we discussed it, and like, it's fine now. I mean, I know who I am, and I'm actually going more and more in that direction of just like being myself, and like, oh, Auntie Nicole, you don't like my tattoos? Sorry. Like, whatever.
Does she literally like give you a stink face? She's like,
So actually, it's a bad example because my Auntie Nicole is the weird aunt that's super cool. Well, she did tell me like why, but at the same time, she's the one who likes to enjoys a drink with the young people. Actually,
I like Auntie Nicole.
Yeah, she's cool. But yeah, just my parents and stuff. Like, anyway,
Okay.
All right, let's start into the final question section.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh wow, we talked a lot. Holy shit.
I told you, Steph's a fun dude.
Normally you would have about a half hour to do these questions, but we got
Just hurry it up.
about 10 minutes. Just,
Yeah,
I mean,
let's go, like, what's the word? Speed.
Let's bang it out.
First question: what great daily habit or habits do you have?
Being grumpy. No, I'm joking. Great daily habit. I don't know, man. I don't have one. No, I don't.
I always have to stop
Unfortunately.
myself from cutting people off at these because, like, he really wants your answer.
Yeah.
But whenever he asks this and I've gotten to know you for 3 hours, like, a joke immediately goes to my head. Oh, I have a list of Swiss things, and I try to figure out one to rebel to each day.
maybe. No, I'm very bad at routines and like discipline, daily discipline and stuff like that. So that's kind of hard for me to. Yeah. Cold shower. That's one. I've been getting on this Wim Hof method of like cold breathing and mind, ice baths, cold shower. So I'm doing that shit and it's great.
No, wait. So you take a cold shower in the morning?
Cold shower every day.
What does it do for
I
you?
used to in the morning. It was horrible. Now I do it when I shower, which is usually after working out.
Okay. But what do you get out of it? What's the benefit?
Mood booster, no anxiety, no stress. I feel great after. Muscle or toner. My body feels good. It helps with a bunch of other shit too. But
It doesn't make you
should
go,
be
oh, and freeze and shit?
at first.
Okay.
And then the gasp, it does like fades away. You're just turning it on and you're like sitting there.
Is it a quick shower or a 10-minute deal?
Used to be, and now it's like 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Okay. Also, if you wake up, you should FaceTime a random person in Switzerland and give them the finger. And be like, I'm in America now, fuckers. I'm in Las Vegas.
I've had comments about like how American I've become and like how,
Yeah.
like, cause it's like, America like is so loud. And so you guys think you're the best, huh? Which is funny because Switzerland thinks they're the best too.
Oh, yeah.
At a lot of things, except the way they do it is they don't say it. They think it. Very hard.
Almost out loud.
Oh, very hard.
The arrogance is almost verbal.
Look at them. They think they're so good. We know we're the best. We don't say it because you don't do that. You don't say you're the best. You just think it. That's what they do. Anyway, that was just one question.
Sorry.
Next one. What do you know or think of cryptocurrency?
I know nothing about crypto, and my wife deals with all that shit. I just know we basically crypto is our 401k.
Awesome.
I think
Risky.
Yeah.
That means you're a true millennial then.
I just think what I know is I'm waiting for the next big crisis, like either 2008 or like COVID,
Or global
or
pandemic.
the next big thing,
Yeah.
for it to blow up, and I'm gonna be rich. That's what I know.
Wait, do crises cause crypto to
I
go
think so.
upwards?
I think so. But see, that's all. That's
Is it? What do you think, Liem? If China started a war with Russia right now, would that help cryptocurrency?
Let's take what we know in history right now. Just say it out loud, and then kind of get my mind around it. So with the pandemic, we saw that cryptocurrency seems to be connected at the hip with stocks. I mean,
And stimmy checks?
oh, I forget how that went down. That was the price of stocks and crypto went down at that point?
I think a lot of people got a stimmy check, and some percentage of everybody was like, "Oh, I can go to Robinhood now."
Yeah. So it felt like crypto's tied at the hip with stocks, but the highs go higher, the lows go lower. So whatever crisis that hits the stock market, I think a crisis would hurt crypto at this point.
Oh.
But I am hopeful. I am hopeful because crypto is a global, uncontrollable asset, that I hope that I'm wrong on that. I'm only saying
This is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors.
This
Do
is
it.
for educational
Do it.
purposes only.
Wait till the stock market crashes to buy all the crypto you can get your hands on.
Buy everything.
Anything dog shaped.
No, buy all of it.
I would theorize the differences. So say the stock market. So say China and America decide to start duking it out, and people start on either side.
Yeah, because they're flexing too hard on Taiwan.
Yeah. So if China wants Taiwan, America doesn't want China to get Taiwan, they start battling and stock starts crashing, but then the insecurity of the US dollar could go down, because if you get two potential...
That's the thing. Like you just want the regular shit to appear less stable.
Yeah.
And then people are going to say, fuck, we need something new.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how I got it. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, hopefully we don't have any wars. Wars are bad.
thank you.
Wars are bad. They're great if you have a defense contractor. If you own some defense contractor stock, you're going to buy some Northrop, buy some Boeing, buy some Texas Instruments. No, what are my thoughts on that? I think cryptocurrency is more broader. The younger generations are adopting and using cryptocurrency. It seems an undeniable avalanche trend right now that the younger somebody is, the more happily they will accept cryptocurrency as money on their cell phone, on their telephone, and they don't care about anything else you have to say. They don't care if you talk about money or currency or history or economics or Federal Reserves or interest rates, or they don't give a shit about any of that. They got WhatsApp, they got Cash App, they got Venmo, they got Zelle, they got all this shit on their phone. Cryptocurrency, great, love it. I want to use it. I want to buy pictures of Bored Apes on my cell phone. That's
NFTs. No, that's a different.
Yeah, like metaverse, sure, fun, whatever. Do I spend crypto in there? Or like what? You know, it just, the world is changing so fast that anybody who's turning 18 today is in a whole different world. They're spending all their time on their phone. They don't give a shit about any of your traditional shit. So I think in the long run, just buy some cryptocurrency and hold it, and in the long run, I think it'll pay off because the young people have no hesitation to use it, and it seems to go up in value.
Yeah.
So.
Go young people.
I mean, they may fuck us all up.
Rich.
Yeah.
Make me rich.
It may be a weird fucked up world we end up in, but
make me rich.
Every old generation sasays that, though. Every generation past says that. So
I mean, look we got 3 genders now in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Got minarets on every corner.
Right? No, we don't.
Get the fuck out.
Next question. What's the biggest problem for humans, and what do we do to fix it?
The biggest problem is not, wow, that's deep, man.
Mixed babies.
Biggest problem for humans is not hearing each other anymore, not listening to each other anymore, not even being willing to consider a different opinion than yours. That's the biggest threat. That's the biggest problem.
What systematic process would you implement to fix that?
How do you fight the hate?
We got to work on, it's not hate as much as it's just stupidity.
Oh, how do you get the shit out of everybody's ears?
Yeah. How do you do that, huh? Well, we got to stop with that social media bullshit. We got to stop with a whole lot of dumb stuff that we're doing, but I don't have a list in my head right now, but I know we're doing some dumb shit. Just like education too, education system has to revise itself. I'm not one of those people that says it's bullshit. You don't learn anything. You don't even learn how to put a stamp on a letter to mail it or whatever it is, you know, like I'm not one of those guys. I think like there's still value in a degree. Because once again, what it does, it doesn't teach you the practical stuff of life. What it does though, is it teaches you critical thinking, and how to take different point of views, how to listen to them, and then assess, and then think for yourself. But before that, you had to take everything into account. That's what college was to me. when I look back on it, essays in fucking like English literature, because I took English literature and linguistics as a bachelor.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, thanks. I guess. Like that's what I was like. Why the fuck am I writing about like Shakespeare and stuff? But
Do you know what the Moby Dick is about?
some like whale thing, or
Nobody knows.
Captain Mayhab in the Endless Pursuit, like for the anyway.
You wasted your degree.
Holy Grail. Wasted your degree. But see, like, so okay, you're one of those guys that's like a degree is useless. It's not worth shit. And to me, it still is, because it teaches you critical thinking. It teaches you how to think for yourself, but with taking into account a lot of different perspectives.
Plus, it only cost him like $500 a semester.
So that's yes. I like realize that saying this, I feel very entitled, very like
No, just lucky.
like lucky, yes,
Yeah.
and just like, oh, like of course it was easy for him.
No, I'm
But
saying,
that's
it's a great deal.
Exactly what I was saying is like reform the education system so it becomes more available to more people. So we stop saying like fuck uni, fuck college, fuck yeah, you guys are just like, you know, no, go there, learn how to think for yourself, but think in a critical way, like with like different perspectives.
Yeah.
Start listening to each other, and then assess, then make a decision, an informed one. Problem nowadays, especially with social media and shit, it's just like noise everywhere. People, I think, I don't know if you've seen Social Dilemma on Netflix, but it kind of explained how your reality becomes twisted and you think everything you think and say is correct because it keeps feeding you this.
Wait, I'm not?
You're not. You're stupid as fuck. And I'm saying this. I am too, probably. You know, it's that Dunning-Kruger effect of like the less you know about something, the more expert you feel about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This podcast is a great vehicle to reach out to the world and say, don't go to college. This is to stop the anti-Swiss hate for all the Americans that are anti-Switzerland out there. This is a bridge.
Anti-Sweden or
Sweden, wherever. Yeah.
it's getting late.
Hopefully you're watching this on TikTok.
All right. Next question. What's your favorite food or dish?
Wow, that's so hard.
Rice.
I love duck.
What?
Magret de canard. If I say it in French with an English accent.
Dude, Lim's wife, her family owns a duck farm in Vietnam. Am I allowed to say that on the internet? Do we need to flag this?
That's
No,
what's
I think
up.
that's fine.
Why?
I don't know. I don't want people to know he's got hella duck in Vietnam.
Duck is great.
No, I
man.
actually think they just sold it.
Oh,
Right.
thousands of duck.
They're one of the businesses in the pandemic times to close up.
Oh, the duck market got ducked by the
farm. The duck farm.
Yeah,
got-
bummer.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was supposed to be a happy thing.
Yeah,
But,
that fucking sucks.
What's the duck dish that you just did?
Yeah, it's like you got that big ass,
L'orange
like I guess it's like the what's the word?
breast.
The breast, yeah, of the
Boobies.
duck, and there's this layer of fat, right, that's like attached to it, and you sear it, and then you like slice it, but you can have it like, since it's red meat, you can have it kind of not well done,
Medium
like
rare.
medium
rare
medium
duck
rare.
fat?
Oh man, it's
Oh, man.
like, and my mom makes this
I
like
want to try some.
chocolatey orange sauce that goes with it.
L'orange?
Mm.
Lim's a duck lover.
I love duck meat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'll have to
It's-
find that out sometime.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you guys, do ducks have penises?
They should.
Is there a duck dick?
Duck dick. That's a fun word to say.
If anybody knows, please post in the comment a picture of a duck dick.
Yes.
All right. Last question. Shout out 2 friends that you think should do this conversation.
Wow. Wait, because they're back in Switzerland.
We could zoom in.
Okay, so I have my wife. This is sad, right? Because he said
talking about?
friends, but I'm like, yeah, my wife, because
You
I
have
don't
other
have any
friends.
friends, and that's the case. I don't have any friends, please, like except Emmett, but he's right here.
We're friends now,
So
yeah.
like, Okay, so like
I
I'm
be a
my
guest?
wife, and she's gonna be great. She's gonna do this way better than me. You guys are gonna be very satisfied with her. Like she's amazing. That was a weird thing to say. Like
No,
how
not
to
at all. Not
phrase
weird.
it. Anyway,
You're complimenting your wife.
yes.
This is a translation error.
And then I think like so she has a best friend who's called Sophie, and she's Vietnamese.
We love Vietnamese people.
And so, but she's also French.
Yeah.
I think she speaks French, at least. I know. She was in the Navy. She lived in Paris, close to Paris, at least for
The U.S. Navy?
for a very long time. And then she moved to the States, and she went to the U.S. Navy. I think it was reserve or something like this. But anyway, she's still in there. I bet she has some very interesting things to say about a lot of things.
Yeah.
The only problem I see as I speak about her is she's very shy and reserved. So might be complicated. My wife Goldie, her friend Sophie, and
What about your Vietnamese football player friend that's 300 pounds?
and him, that would be like, yeah, that would be fucking sick. If he ever comes, because he has a 2-year-old now. So it's kind of hard to travel.
Zoomcast.
We do Zoom remote video calls.
Okay. Interesting.
Do we have to Zoom him before 6 p.m. or
so
something?
I can talk to him about it because, yeah, he has some ideas and things and stuff. So.
Is he a fun talker?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I would love to hear his experience as a giant Asian man in Switzerland.
Hey, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably have the whole perspective.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Let's
Thank
call this
you.
the
Steph.
end.
I have nothing in my
Warriors,
ear.
man.
Damn
Oh, did I
drinker.
forget to load you up? I'm
Yes,
Drinking
dude.
too hard.
You want some more?
Yeah, go
Here,
ahead.
let's redo that.
Fade out. Nah, that's fine. We'll fade out there.
I ruined it. I should have played along.
Here, let's just do it again.
All right.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you so much for spending
Hey,
3 hours with
I
us.
appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it.
We're a new bar gang now.